Good evening,
Oh, it's
everybody.
my
Good
fault this
evening.
time. Sorry.
How you doing?
Hello.
How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, we're back. Uh, Welcome to Secrets Chronicles. And tonight we're not gonna have no Kim. She had to go to work. She had to go take care of one of her animals. Everybody knows she's a veterinarian, and she had to go take care of one of the horses. So she won't be here tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss her. We're not gonna have Kim. We're not gonna have Kim's reading. We're gonna have no Kim. But you got
Oh,
Jenny. Jenny's
we got
here.
me. I'm
You got
still
Jenny.
here.
Yeah,
Hi,
she's
hi,
still
hi,
here. She's
everybody.
welcome. So, how
Episode
was your
24.
weekend, Jenny? You know we're gonna ask that question. How was your weekend?
Let me think. What did I do this weekend?
Oh no.
I saw this dude,
Whoa.
Anthony Simonelli, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, something like that. Simonelli, Simonelli. I've been called worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only by my
We had
mother
a
too.
good time.
Yeah, we had a good time. We went. It was Columbus, Pennsylvania.
Columbia,
Oh, I
Columbia,
was close.
Pennsylvania.
Columbia.
You were
Maybe
not
you
that
should
close.
announce say what we were into because I'm
No, no,
going to
no. Good, keep going.
mispronounce everything. And one of our
Stop.
guests
I'm
knows I can't
sorry.
even pronounce her last name.
Columbia.
So I think you should say where we went. Where did we go?
Okay, we went to Columbia, Pennsylvania, and we went to My Haunted Manor, which is Samuel Miller Mansion. And that's
Oh,
run by the fabulous Bader brothers, I call them, Trey and Jeff, and Daryl Marston.
yeah. It was awesome. It was an awesome experience. I seen something and
Really cool.
yeah, I'm not going to say because it might be one of their episodes. I see something that was there, and they later on it was verified by other people that nobody knew that this spirit was there and everything. So it was pretty cool. And they interviewed me, and
Validation. I love it.
I got to go behind Central. I got big ass monitor with 16 cameras, and then I'm sitting there, I'm watching this monitor, and they're monitoring the whole place. And I got Dow on one side and one of the brothers on the other side, and with the tray on the other side, and we're talking, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden I hear a voice. I'm like, I hear a
I
voice.
know
I
that
recognize
chick.
that voice. I look at the screen. It's Jenny down the basement talking to somebody, and it's like, oh, yeah, of course. I know that voice. I hear it every Tuesday night, you know? And it was funny
He's
because I'm
texting me
texting
like,
her.
wave, Jenny, wave.
I'm
And I'm
texting her,
not looking at my
Jenny,
phone.
texting, wave, wave, wave. I see you,
I'm in a
wave.
basement.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. I got to see the central and everything behind stage and everything. So that was pretty cool.
Pretty
I
cool.
especially me with the cameras. I love cameras, you know. But it was
Oh, that's
awesome. It
true.
was
You
awesome
do.
experience that we had, and yeah, and it was awesome group there. Ron and Lourdes their the
TDSE, the
TD
Digital Seance
TD
Experience.
yeah the
Yeah, that's what I said.
the,
Ron and
the
Lourdes were actually the
seance.
featured guests. They were the featured guests. We should say that
Yes,
first. They were the
yes,
featured guests at this evening. So
yeah.
that was really exciting. So,
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of good stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff that what I seen that they verified on the digital seance and other people verified stuff, which was pretty cool. So we had a good time. We really did. I'm still
really cool
suffering
place.
from
You
it.
can go.
Jenny's suffering from it. It was all. I stayed overnight on a cot. That was on the cots were in bed, but the way I get up out of a cot is not that good. It's not good for a fat guy getting out of a cot. I try to roll out of the cot, but the cot it's going to fold up on me, and it takes me about 20 minutes to get out. 1 second is just to drop my ass right in it, but 20 seconds to get out of it. It's like it's like, and then I walk to the bathroom like Quasimodo, hunched over, like so looking for a bell to ring, but it's
Oh dear.
yeah, it was interesting, but it was a good show. It was a good thing. I'll probably be going back in April with them, so I'm going to be
Yes.
checking that out. And so, well, we're talking a lot here,
Yes.
and we have two great
Enough.
guests
You don't
on
want to
right
hear us.
now. They're waiting for us, and I know I'm going to have you say their names because a certain one doesn't want me to say her last name because I always
Well,
say it wrong. The other one,
Well,
it's easy. Her last name's very easy. Right?
I was gonna say if you mess that one up, we have a
Yeah, the other
problem.
one I can't miss. Well, I can. I can figure out a way to mess it up, but I'm not going to. I'll give you the chance to announce them because I'm not good at announcing people's names. I can't.
Right.
Sometimes I forget my own name. So, well,
Well, we can also announce the location because Kim isn't here. So we,
yes.
as we all know, we keep it secret. And you would think, well, Kim would figure that out, but Kim actually isn't familiar with a lot of locations. So you'd be surprised
Mhm.
how many she doesn't know and can't figure out. So anyway, with no further ado, let's bring in. We have Stephanie Smith, and are you ready? We have Tracy Vespucci from the Shanley Hotel.
Hey guys,
Hey, how's
welcome.
everybody?
Look at you. Of course. I have a name just like it. Like I said, Colucci, Vespucci, we rhyme.
Yeah, you guys have all these. I was telling
Hi,
you, she has so
Stephanie.
many C's in her last name and all her names, and you too. You guys got to leave C's for other people. You know, it's other people has used that C in their name too. You guys are taking them all. You know, so
Tracy, do you have a thing you say to people to teach them how to pronounce your name? Like I always say, I have three C's, two L's, like to get them to spell it right. Like, do you have a little
No,
what it
no,
rhymes
not
with?
really.
No, no.
No.
Okay. Someone told me
yeah.
there's a soap opera actor named Susan Lucci, and
Susan
they said, "Oh, you
Lucci.
should say it rhymes with Susan Lucci." I was like, "All right,
Susan
I'll try
Lucci
that."
is soap opera.
Yeah,
Some soap
yeah,
operas.
that's what someone told me. It works anyway. People I tell, they're like, "Oh yeah,
The only
okay."
reason I know about Susan Lucci because years ago we actually had to wire up her apartment in Manhattan, and
What
she
a
was on one of the
coincidence.
soap operas. That's all I know about soap operas.
Appreciate
And
that on all my children.
Stephanie is also part of Full Moon Paranormal, and as we all know, I am a half moon.
She's a
Yes,
half
you
moon.
are. You're a full moon. You know that.
Oh, that's so nice.
She's a
No,
half
I'm
moon.
always with them, so I call myself a half moon.
She's the half moon, and you guys are the full moons.
I'm
I
always
remember full
tagging
moon meant a
along.
lot of different things back in when I was a kid. You know,
Let's not go there now.
yeah,
I
we
know.
a lot of full
We don't
moons.
need to go downhill that fast. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Well, you know me. It can happen any time of night.
Mm. I was
So
showing Tracy. I wore my Hanley Hotel shirt
That's
jacket
awesome.
today. I'm all in
Represent.
black. Yeah. I'm wearing the paranormal investigator black tonight.
I got my Gabagool shirt on.
Oh, gabagool. You got to do this.
Gabagool. You know, it's like, hey, zombie hand. It's great. I love it. Stephanie, I got that same
So how are you
pillowcase.
ladies? Oh yeah, I
Good.
have
Do
the
you
same.
really? This is one of
I
my
have a
favorite
blanket
pillows.
of it. I love it.
Mine too.
Love it.
So,
Yeah.
we're talking about pillows. You
It's the most
talk.
plush
You and
puppy.
Tracy, and I'll
I
talk to
know.
Stephanie.
Oh no. No, I want to. I can't wait to
It's like,
hear. I can't wait to hear
hey,
everything they have to say tonight. I'm so
I know.
excited for this one
So,
because this is Anthony's favorite place on earth. Let me just
Yep.
tell you, every episode we have a really cool location. Not as cool as the Shanley Hotel. We have a really cool location, but the Shanley's better. Like everything, he loves everything about it. He can't wait to talk about it. He's been looking forward to this show forever. So this is
Well,
great.
as he should.
Well,
It
you
is
got to
agree.
remember. You got to remember too. The Shanley Hotel is very unique, where we have so many spirits, from children to serial killers to hitmen. So, what isn't there to love about the hotel?
Yeah.
Like
yeah, my
Without
everywhere
friend
that.
is
you go,
Joe.
huh?
My friend is still Joe.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. He choked me out years ago. Thought he's going to get a vet to me. Hey, oh, you know,
That
Only
the,
here.
the serial killer choked me too, but it took me 4 years of apologizing for making him mad. Now he's my buddy.
oh,
4
good.
years.
Yeah, 4 years.
I
4
mean,
years.
Yeah, I
if
just
anyone
want
else
to.
was listening to this, right? They'd be like, "What?
Why did you get choked there?
I'm the nouns police." Oh my god.
So where would you like to
Well,
start with us? Do you want me to
Well,
tell you about upcoming
Yeah.
events or?
well, no, I want to start with.
So
I want the audience to know where you guys come from. It's like,
Okay.
Tracy,
right.
were you into the paranormal before you started work at the Shanley?
Well, I always seen things when I was a child, and it wasn't a topic that was brought up in my household.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was normal until I got older and found the Shanley Hotel, and it just became home. And I opened up and found my people.
Yeah,
But I
Cool.
was always into it.
yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. Once you find your people, you stick with them.
No, yes.
You stick with them. You know,
For
Stephanie,
sure.
same question.
Um,
Remember the
I
question? You want me to
had
repeat it? You good?
no,
Start
you
from the
don't have to
beginning.
repeat it. I had a really horrible experience when I was about 7 of definitely what I would more call a poltergeist. And I won't get into the whole story, it's very long, but the last night we were ever there, my mom got slapped across the face
Oh,
and
wow.
Gosh.
we were out. So I had nightmares for a long time thinking whatever this thing was that, had followed us. And I spent, years trying to figure out what this was, because it wasn't something you would talk about in the early 80s. You were deemed crazy and needed to be in a padded room. So I
Mhm.
just kind of did, some research as I could on my own, and then, moved to New York, and I'm a guest at the Shanley, and Kelly hires me kind of on the spot. So
That's
Nice.
cool.
yeah.
If I lived
So
close to
you're
the
from
Shanley, I'd be living
Alaska.
there. I'd be sleeping on the
Yeah.
porch just to get
Yeah,
in.
forget it. You would never get rid of him.
No,
Ever.
I'd be living in that porch.
He'd be the Scott Davis that you didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, trust me. He
yeah,
would be there.
sleeping
He
on
and
that
Scotty
porch.
would be there all the time. Stephanie, you're from Alaska.
I am. That's
Is
home. Yeah.
is that where you came from? Is that where you lived at the time when you had this horrible experience? I'm so sorry.
It's actually not. That happened in North Dakota. I was, really little. Right after that, basically, is when we left and moved to Alaska. So,
Okay.
and we didn't look
Well,
back.
that's
Yeah, but
terrifying.
you're from North
Yeah,
Dakota.
no, running away, not looking back is
Yeah,
not a
pretty
good
much.
experience.
Yeah.
Well, at the
So you,
time,
Yeah.
I think it was the furthest my mom could get away from family, which was all in the South. So
oh,
she wanted
Yeah.
to keep moving north.
Where can we go? How far can we go in the United
Yeah,
States? Let's
you
see.
can't get any further than that. So that's home. That's where I grew up. That's where, my oldest daughter, my grandkids are. So yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably is a great job.
So what made it good again for you?
The paranormal field.
Just not after you say you had a bad experience. Like,
Yeah.
when did it start to become good again? Having a paranormal experience.
I think just because I would always get like psychic messages for people, and so I was kind of a little weird, but people were always kind of intrigued by that. Like, how did you know that? Where did you get that from? And so it was just something I had always done. Like, hey, I've got to tell you don't clean the bathroom, weird stuff like that. And they're like, how did you know? And so
Yeah.
I would go to the library and I would read books and stuff and try to figure out what this was. And just, that's eventually where I figured out it was definitely poltergeist based on the definition of the word.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
it's something like that has never happened again. So obviously I didn't have a reason to be afraid anymore, and just kept
Yeah.
up with, always wanting to go where the haunted locations were. And then of course, the TV shows came out, and there's a really good
Yeah.
hotel in Anchorage, Alaska that I was at all the time. We'd rent a room for the weekend and I would investigate kind of on my own with my kids there, and,
Ooh.
do fun stuff, the fair, the carnival during the day, and ghost hunt at night. So I kind of got the kids into it a bit for a while.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
love that. We love getting the kids into it, right,
Oh,
Anthony? We love having kids at our events and stuff. We love it.
yeah, it's always fun. We
That's
always
cool.
have this when we do the Morris County stuff. We have this one little girl that comes all the time, and I mean,
She's so
all the
good.
events we do. The one event she dragged the father there after she was still in her soccer gear, and she just wanted to just hang out and stuff. It was pretty cool, and we make a part of it.
yeah.
It's so cool when the
Yeah.
kids get involved. I love when the kids get
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys
So
know my littlest
Good
one is
stuff.
7. She loves being at the hotel as well. You know, she
Mhm.
talks about Rosie. She even she's told her teacher about Rosie the ghost at the haunted
Rosie.
hotel.
But
So
yeah, we got to
yeah,
talk about Rosie to everybody.
she does. She
Tracy,
wants
have
to
you
go
Yeah,
always been?
to parties and stuff.
I'm sorry.
my little
Yeah, that's
friend.
good. Well, she can relate. It's another
Yeah,
child, at least,
yeah,
you know. Yeah,
exactly.
Mhm.
exactly. I mean, she's very young.
Yeah.
And Tracy, you've always been sensitive, you said? Like always been?
Yeah, sensitive. I never knew what to call it. I just knew
Mhm.
things, and I
Right.
didn't know how or where it was coming from. About 3 years ago, I actually start developing and opening up, and now it's great. Now that I understand it, how to control it.
Yeah, well, you have a good
Cool.
teacher. Well, I guess not only he's your teacher, but you got Scotty to refer back to all the time.
Scotty is one of my mentors, and
Mhm.
Willow is also
Yeah, Will is good
a
too.
big
Oh,
part of my
okay.
life too, as far as psychic development.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
interesting.
That's
Uh,
fantastic.
I just can't wait. I'll be back in May. I'll be back in June. Probably even before, even some other time. And like we were
He's,
talking,
he's got a calendar out, trust me.
we'll be. I mean, we'll be sitting on the porch waiting to get in. You know, um,
He'll
You
and
be
better
there
be
in
bringing
April
me
waiting
cannolis
to get in.
yeah, we got.
Oh,
If I
yeah.
go, I always gotta bring cannolis.
and
Come
tiramisu,
on.
please.
No, tiramisu,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
not me. But
no,
did you
I'll
see?
bring that. I
I
like that.
posted one time the tiramisu cannolis. They actually had cannolis with all
What?
the mixture. Yeah,
That sounds good.
you know,
Of course, we go right to food.
Richard.
We go right
Hey,
to food.
Yeah, I
From
know.
Hi,
ghosts
our
to
friend
food.
Richard.
What else? I mean, paranormal investigators, we investigate all night, so you need a snack in the middle of the night to keep us going. So it's
Food
usually
is
something,
very important.
and it's usually
You need
Food is very
chocolate.
food.
important.
You need the caffeine and the sweet and the salty.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the coffee. Hello.
I mean,
Yep,
I go for
Anthony
my
knows
Red
about me and
Bulls and
coffee.
and chocolates and cannolis. Yeah, so they have to have
And
a
and then
snack
the
in the
middle of the
morning.
night, you get the chips and everything else out.
yeah.
No, yeah, well, I'm not
And
a
the
chip
snacks
person.
are very good at the Shanley.
Yes, I recommend this place highly. So
So
anybody in the audience, you got to go. You got to go.
anybody in the audience doesn't even know where it is yet. So we got to start from the very beginning, guys. We're a history
Okay.
Ah,
show
Okay.
primarily. We talk
Who
about the paranormal,
who wants to
but
start the history? I
why
know
don't we
Jenny
start
did
with
some.
where you are,
Huh?
It
where you're
is in
located? Why don't we start with where you're located?
Napanoch, New York.
Okay.
It's in upstate. It's about an hour and a half from Albany. If you're in the Albany area, about 3 hours from New York City, and coming from both
From where
either
I am, it's
direction.
only like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah, good
Yeah.
day, hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'm in Queens, so I'm even further in than Manhattan.
Okay.
So it's about an hour and a half from me. So you're halfway between. You're the halfway between Albany and me. You're the middle,
Right in the middle.
right in the middle.
Right.
Hey, somebody got to be there.
It's a
So
100-year-old building. What else you want to know?
you're in Ulster County, is that right?
Yes.
it is.
So the nearest town would say be like Ellenville.
Yep.
Ellenville, Kingston area,
Kerhonkson.
Kerhonkson.
Okay. If people know the area. Okay.
Yes.
They want me to put
All
a
right.
cannoli stand outside the Shanley. Buy your fresh cannoli. I sound like hot dogs, like hot dogs that have a cannoli stand. Buy your fresh cannolis. Hey, come here. I got an offer you can't refuse. Hey,
That's not a bad
He would
idea.
wait, I
2
think he found his dream
cannolis.
job.
You buy 2 cannolis, you get the third
You'll
one half
just be
price.
seeing me and
There you go.
Kim from now on. You'll just be seeing Kim and me because Anthony will be hawking cannoli at the Shanley.
Yeah.
Anthony
Use your
can
gun.
do it
Take your
remotely.
cannolis.
Yeah, Anthony can do it remotely from the booth, from the
Yeah.
cannoli booth.
There you go. There you go. So if you want to talk about the building, that's fine. I know that I looked into a little bit of the history of the town, because that's, you guys talk about that as well on the tour.
Mhm.
And I was curious what Napanoch meant, so I looked it up, and you may know it means land overflowed by water.
Yeah.
I guess because it's northern Lenape,
Yes.
and it means land overflowed by water, because the original path, I guess, through the town was between the Hudson and the Delaware, and there's also a creek, correct?
Mm-hmm.
A creek?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, and that was an important part of the history, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
the
take over if
hotel
you
is
like.
actually there's actually underground streams that the hotel is built on as well.
Okay. So that's overflowed by water for sure. You can see
Yeah.
why they called it that. You were saying 100 years old, Tracy?
So it was built in 1845. It burnt down in 1895,
Hmm.
and then it was rebuilt in 9 months.
Oh, wow.
9 months.
9 months, no power tools, nothing like that. Just manpower.
And it's
That
still there.
building was the staple of the community. Everybody met at the hotel. Weekends, after churches, it was a gathering place.
Mm-hmm. Also, a morgue.
And yep, and it was only open as an inn in the summertime. So in the wintertime, you figure you had Spanish flu and things like that going around, a lot of death.
Influenza,
And
all that stuff. Yeah.
they
Yeah,
stored
Spanish flu was
bodies in the basement.
1918.
Yeah, consumption, everything. There was a lot of things going on back then, and
Oh, yeah.
the reason what I know of, in the under the front porch, they used to store bodies in the winter because it was so cold, and the bodies would be preserved because of the cold, because the ground, you couldn't bury nobody in the winter because they didn't have power. They didn't have the backhoe like they have now. Everything was dug out with shovel, and the ground was so hard. It was like
cold.
rock hard that they couldn't dig, and so they used to store the bodies under the front porch of the Shanley Hotel. So when people go out there and smoke cigarettes, there was dead people under there at one time. And so they used to store them there, and then when the ground thawed out, they used to take them out and bury them.
Yeah.
So that's what I know about. I know a little bit of history, but I'll let you guys tell me.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
because some of the history I know might be, hey, I know a guy who told me this and stuff like that.
We just
So did it burn to the ground?
Huh?
The anniversary of the Spanish flu start was just within the last week or so.
Yeah.
And so you got to think how long this flu actually lasted, because it wiped out thousands upon thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually it hit New York, and there you go. It's dead of winter. Yeah. People are dying,
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of tragedy.
Yeah. Because you guys get colder than down here in Queens. It's always like a 10-degree to 20-degree difference up by you.
Really?
Yeah, it's always colder by them. I come out of here with my shorts. I go over there. I got to put my long johns on. I don't understand these things.
I don't do the cold either.
Yeah, well, you could go out there with a bikini. You're from Alaska, so yeah.
That does not mean I like being cold. I have my heated blanket in the summertime.
Oh yeah.
I got my air conditioners on in the winter, but I like cold, but not that. It's like, hey, but
like, hey,
what? Teddy, I'm sorry of cutting you off. Let's hear some more history.
You're not cutting me off. You're so funny. You're funny. I'm just picturing you with your air conditioner in the winter.
I'm on my third Red Bull.
Kidding.
I can't shut up.
He's not. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So how did it become the Shanley?
It started off, it was named the Colonial Hotel at one point.
Oh.
Before the Shanleys, that's when Thomas Rich had owned it. When Shanley purchased it, he changed the name. He was an influential person in New York City. There's actually a lot of restaurants named, they had as the Shanley in New York City.
Oh.
And they were very influential people. James Shanley, the owner of the Shanley Hotel, though, was Irish Mafia. And he got involved in that. He was the only sibling that actually got involved in Irish Mafia.
I see. Out of the whole family. Okay.
Yes, on that side. Yeah.
Oh, James. Okay.
And
when was that? What year? Like early 1900s?
1906.
There you go.
Somebody brought her sheets. Thanks. I didn't have a cheat sheet.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
So so when Do you get a lot of activity related to the fire?
Every now and then through equipment, we'll hear fire alarms, like the sirens and stuff coming through
Yeah.
equipment. Nobody had died in the fire.
Yeah, we're
So-
told
Okay.
just a dog, like a hunting dog, got caught in the fire, and that was the only casualty.
But it had to be completely rebuilt. Like that's
Yeah.
a fire. I guess things kind of burned down at that
There
Down,
time,
is-
right?
down to the
I mean, like-
foundation. Yeah, the
There's
foundation.
charred rock. There's charred rock in the basement where the original fire had charred.
What?
Yeah, and the tree trunks, because they use huge, very strong tree trunks. So we have a couple down there. One of them is really charred on one side of it from where the fire was, but it's still sturdy and standing and keeping the building up. So
That's
That's
interesting.
amazing.
yeah,
I mean, years ago and to now I realize maybe just thinking about we had we were doing an investigation. My team, 2017, 2008. It was back then, and we had people up in the third floor, and we had people in the bordello. I was one of the people in the bordello in the back, and my millimeter. The temperature readed like 400 degrees. Yeah.
that's
And
amazing.
it wasn't out in the room. My millimeter went up to 400 degrees. On the other side, they were getting on the spirit box back then, which only a spirit box. And they were getting they were getting like fire. And,
Oh, wow.
and now I'm thinking about, because we got together and we started talking about it, because when we got downstairs to sit around the big heater around the out in the where the table is now,
Yeah,
and we're talking, they go, yeah, we got the fire, and I got 400 degrees on my millimeter, and that was crazy because the way it worked out, and now thinking about it, it might be with something to do with that fire back.
Yeah.
Could be.
that's what it
You see
Yeah.
that it was 2017, 18. How many years it took me just to put that together?
It happens.
But you don't think
It
about it.
happens. Sometimes at
Yeah.
the time you don't think about it.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
So you said bordello, but remember that people are watching this all over the country. So, and haven't been there. So when you said I was up in the bordello, we don't want people to get the wrong idea.
Oh no,
So
they can have that
maybe
idea.
you got
They can have that idea. I don't care. Hey,
Anthony was in the bordello.
I was hanging out in the bordello. Hey, the spirit goes, you're doing the right thing.
Why don't you ladies straighten everybody out and let us know what the bordello is?
Well, a lot of people call it a brothel, but it's where we call them ladies of the evening. Today's derogatory term would be prostitutes, but our ladies do not like being called that at all. It's very disrespectful to them. We think they were more or less forced into the business for, various reasons, but, you can only, I'm sure you already know what goes on in a brothel. So
No, tell me.
wine,
Detail too,
dining,
please.
and intimacy.
That's a different show.
Yeah, that's much
after
later.
hours.
Much later. That's much
That's
later.
the after
tonight.
hours show
That's
to
the
talk
after
about what
sh- that's
happens
the
in the
after
bordello.
show. Oh my God. Anyway, sorry.
Jenny, I'll let you take control again. I'm sorry.
No, it's funny. So Stephanie, you were saying they were forced into it. That's just not great.
Yeah, our understanding is that
Sorry,
at least with one of the ladies, Maddie, was that her brother was, had a bad deal go wrong or whatever with the mafia, and they basically forced her into it so that she could pay off her brother's debt. I've always said, like, she's a better woman than I am, because I would not have done that for my brother, but obviously she didn't have a choice. So, and that's also why, we're very respectful with them, because this wasn't their choice to be there.
Right.
So we want to take care of them and treat them like the ladies they are, and be polite and have fun.
So you have Maddie. Who else?
Anna.
And
Anna.
yeah.
And at our last show, oh, Caroline. Okay. And who's Rosie?
Go
The
ahead,
3-year-old, the little girl.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know who she is, but not
beautiful
everyone on the show
3-year-old
hasn't
that-
been there. So,
Well, the
Okay.
story of Rosie.
Well, a lot of people, because Rosie's room is well, yeah, Rosie's
ahead,
room is
Steph.
up in the bordello with the two ladies. And
Okay.
the reason why is because her room was up there first. When that was first opened up, it was the apartment for the in-house barber, Peter, which is Rosie's dad. When Rosie passed away in 1911, he wanted to take his other daughter and his wife back to the city. So he left. And then James Shanley's like, hey, I need to make some money, since he didn't have a barber
Yeah.
anymore. So he turned it into the bordello. So that's why Rosie's room is up there with the two ladies. But they take really good care of Rosie. We also have Frank up there, the bouncer. He takes really good care of her as well. Her dad has come through many, many times, you know, and he's obviously there taking care of her as well. So everybody takes care of Rosie. We all do. Living and dead, we all collaboratively take care of Rosie and the other kids.
Yeah.
Rosie likes my toes.
Yeah,
Every
and
time I sleep, that's my room I sleep in all the time. And my toes, I had
Oh,
all night
really?
long, I feel like something playing on my toes. It's like, Rosie, leave me alone. Come on, let me
She
sleep.
thinks they're toys. She thinks
I
they're
also
toys.
got a
You
good
guys have
EEG
cute
from that
toys up
room.
there.
I got it sounds like a baby crying,
Aw.
but we'll play
Really?
that later. Well,
I
we'll play
have
that
one
too.
too from that. I'm curious to hear how yours sounds.
Yeah, I was snoring, and I guess the kid was crying because I couldn't let it sleep.
You know,
You do snore loud.
I had a couple up there one
I
night,
know I do.
and the wife came down before the husband did to get some coffee. And she goes, my husband farted in the middle of the night, and I swear I heard a little girl giggling.
Oh no.
I'd be
Well,
giggling too.
Yeah.
That
Ooh,
makes
you
sense.
farted.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
Last,
let's get into you want
yeah.
more history or you want to get into some haunting? What do you
No,
want to do?
we could start to show some pictures so
Okay.
people can see
I
what
want
this
to show the
looks
pictures
like.
of the Shanley. These are older pictures I took. So some of them, you know, the place now, I took a lot of pictures of the Shanley in the past from when I first went there to now. And I mean, the pictures I'm showing you too is before Kelly took over and made it, you know, Kelly and you guys. I know Stacy's on her knees doing the floors with her.
Stacy? Who's Stacy?
Stacy,
No idea.
Tracy.
There
You got to
you
put an
go.
S in front of your name now. I can't get your name right ever, can I?
Never,
Doesn't matter.
never.
I can screw up your
It's not
first
just
name, your
you.
last
It's
name.
not.
For fucking, I better not say it on the air.
Go
That's
ahead, you
okay.
can
I
say
got
it.
a good
Let's
review the other day and they called me Nancy.
Who?
I go by
Nancy.
everything.
Yep. So
Oh my god.
okay, here's the Shanny. I know Tracy was on her knees doing the floors with Kelly. No,
Yep.
no. I don't know if Stephanie was part of that, but I know you were.
No,
Yeah.
me and Kelly have been doing the renovation.
How long have you been there, Stephanie?
About 5 years now. Yeah.
Oh, that's long. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is like the front of the hotel. I don't know how long ago this picture was taken, so these are pictures I've taken, my own personal. And I mean,
good
look at the
picture.
size of that thing. It's beautiful. I
Mhm.
love that thing.
It's so
It
much
is.
bigger on the inside.
Yeah. This is the side where we park. This is what it would look like. I don't know. And I think she painted that all and everything, did she?
Yeah. And now the sunroom is getting redone.
Yeah, that room there. And I got some
Nice.
stuff there too. This is it. During one of the winter
snow.
times we've been there. Like I said,
Mhm.
I've been going there since 2015, 16. So, and when you pull up, this is the first thing you see.
Yeah.
No, that's gone now.
It's yeah.
You took it down?
We
Yeah.
had to take it down because we had that side of the porch had to be rebuilt. So
Oh, okay. So you don't see it no more. That's a past thing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But a lot of people have pictures in front of it. Which,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
I'm gonna
required photo. You in
Show
front
some
of
of
it.
the old insides of the hotel. Although this is the outside, that was the porch. When we used to go, we used to sit.
Yeah.
You remember that, girls? The ladies?
We
Well, oh, you know.
still sit out there.
That
But-
must have been that picture looks like probably when Sal had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sal, I was going there when Sal was there.
Yeah.
You had the bench and the rocking chairs.
Aw.
Yeah, that's the rocking chairs out there.
Yeah.
And this is what it looked like on the inside
Wow.
when Sal had it.
That's stunning.
Yeah,
That's
you had all
amazing.
that going on there.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I
Here's
know
Look
the
at those
piano
curtains.
was in a different spot too.
mm-hmm. So
Wow.
this is well, the hallway.
Hmm.
You know this hallway.
Yeah.
And they used to give
Yep.
us some. You might know the guy who's giving us the tour in this picture too. The guy with the white hair with glasses.
I can barely
Wow.
see it.
Yeah, that's me over there with some hair on my head still.
Oh my
And
gosh,
and,
Anthony, look at you.
and that's my team there too. That's Jenny. That's Joey. The guy in front there is Kenny.
Right.
Behind him is Joey. The
Oh,
Joey that
I can't
passed on
really
my
see
team.
him.
And on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
left hand side
McCaffrey.
there is Lynn. And the guy
Okay.
that's over here, the other guy, he's one of the guys giving the tour.
Okay.
And this is one room. I don't know what room this is. Do you recognize this?
I
That's
don't.
hard to tell. I don't recognize that at all.
Actually, that looks like
I think that was where
silent room bookshelf in the back.
this was down the hall. I think down the hall to the right. Down that hallway I showed you, going towards the bathroom,
In Esther's room?
to the right.
Yeah, that could be
Yeah.
the sun porch door right there.
Oh, yeah. Sun porch door. And then behind the bookshelf is the door that goes to the bathroom.
I'm half blind. I
Right.
can't see the picture there.
No.
Okay. So I'm not sure what room that is. I think that was like 2015, 16
Pretty.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, the hotel was really when Kelly took it over, and there's a period of time I didn't go because when Sal was going, when Sal passed
Yeah.
and somebody else took over, and
We call that the dark time.
yeah,
The
because
dark times.
I
Yeah.
heard so much bad things
Yeah.
about happening there and overcharging, and it wasn't worth
Yeah.
driving all that way to deal with that. And then when Kelly took over, I came back, and it was like full speed ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's great.
Gentlemen quarters
You
door.
can't look at any of the reviews from 2016 to
18.
2018. After that period, that's when you would see Kelly's reviews. So that period we
Yeah.
call the dark time.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
door
Kelly
for the
the
gentlemen's
hotel.
quarters.
Yeah, Kelly always says the hotel went through a rough patch during that time, and it wasn't Sal and it wasn't her. It was, somebody else. So,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness for
So
Kelly.
here's the some of the
And for
stuff.
you
in
too.
Gentlemen's quarters.
gentlemen's quarters.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that was there, and it's still there.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
That's
room. I
the
think it's,
Rose room.
is that the Rose
Yeah.
room.
Rose room.
See, I'm saying it wasn't this way now. Everything's so clean and it's so nice there.
I love
Yeah.
it.
This was upstairs on the
Ah.
third floor.
That's Kevin's portal room.
Okay, yeah, that was just. I took pictures of everything, and you can
Yeah.
see what I'm saying about it wasn't taken care of as well. Because
Yeah.
look at this, the mirrors and everything. Somebody drew a face on there and everything.
Is that
Mhm.
that's what room? That's Anna's room?
No, I think that's the third floor. The third
That's
floor. with
the doll
table?
room. That's
Oh,
the
the doll
dresser
room.
in the doll room.
Mhm.
That's
Okay.
what that looks like.
I was going by the mirror. I see what you mean. Okay. The doll room.
That's the third floor.
We don't have Kim
Yeah.
here. Kim loves dolls. Not
Yeah, Kim. This is the third floor.
not a fan.
Down that hall there, they used to say there's the portal down that hallway, and Joe's room to the right, and
Yep.
I'm not sure the name of the room on the left, but the kids' rooms down there and everything.
Yeah. The one on the left is Adam's room. It used to be called Sarah's room.
Okay,
Adam's room. Okay.
that's Joe's chair,
Yep. That's one of them.
and you can see what Jenny, remember I said one of the shows we're talking about how sometimes you have to worry about listening to the EVPs and stuff because there's bags on the
Yes.
windows.
Yes.
You can see the bag on the window.
Yeah.
And
I
he had
see.
the black bag and then a plastic bag over it. So when you're up there doing EVPs, if a wind went by, it sounded like somebody walking or dragging their feet down the hall and stuff
Right.
like that. So and sometimes even with the wind, like a high wind come, it sounded like a whistle or just like somebody whispering or something like that.
Right. Or
Mm.
even like a yeah.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
This
you
is-
think it says yeah or something, but it's
This
just
is what
like
Jonathan's room, the kids' room there.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh yeah.
And that's what it looked
Just the
like
third
then.
floor for everybody.
Mhm.
Yep.
The ball there, a couple times when we were there, that ball ended up in the hallway by the stairs.
Yeah.
And that's the kids' hall. That's down that long hallway I just showed you.
Oh
Well, that
really?
looks like it's part of Joe's room because it's still got the little taped square on it. And
Yeah,
that's still in Joe's room.
this is taking. I'm standing in Joe's room,
Yeah.
taking the picture of that room.
You guys want to tell everybody who Joe is?
He's the favorite.
He's your boyfriend.
He is my boyfriend.
He was
know.
mad the other day. Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Joe's chair.
No, tell them who Joe is.
He's an Irish mafia hitman. And his
Just
spirit
that.
is there and very large and in charge. And
Hmm.
when I first started, everybody called him the grumpy old man upstairs. And I'm like, he really doesn't like being told that.
Yeah, who would? I call Anthony that all the time. He's a grumpy old man upstairs.
But I don't care because I am.
No, he is. He is though. No,
And this is
but I know you're fond
Upstairs?
of Joe.
Yeah. That's also Joe's room.
Mm-hmm. You see how it was back then too?
Yeah. Looking into Jonathan's room.
Wow.
I'm not sure if that's 2000. I think that's 2016 was there. The other one's I think 18 or something or 17.
Really different
Yeah.
because I've only been there the last couple years, so
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
going.
that's
If
very
you start
different.
going there now, you never notice. You would never know this. All this was
No.
going on there.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Here's the bordello,
Ah.
and
Right.
this is
Yep. The 10.
one area. And this and Tracy.
Stacy.
Yes.
Fuck's sake.
Ron, for fuck's sake. Ron Iacovetti said Stephanie plus Tracy is Stacy.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
He's melding us together.
Tell him nothing. Tell Ron nothing.
That's
You'll
I'm
fantastic.
not
understand
doing
that.
good. Ron, we talked about this the
Don't
other night.
encourage him, Ron.
And we
Don't
knew
encourage him.
we're gonna. She's the only one I screw up a lot of people's names, but I don't know. I like you. I don't know why.
He's like, she's the only one I screw up. Well, maybe not.
No, maybe not. But I like you, and I do this, so I don't know why. Okay.
I
This
know
is-
we've been around each other enough that you
Yeah,
should
I know.
know this.
I know. You know what, Anthony? Forget about it. Tell us about
Forget
the
about
bordello.
it.
There's usually a suit hanging there, right? Is that where the suit hangs?
Yeah,
on
that's
that
where the
door?
suit
Yeah.
hangs. And
Frank's
you
suit.
see the mirror there.
Okay.
My
Frank's
brother's
suit.
in the mirror. But you see what's over there? And check this out. And Tracy and I talked about this. The bordello didn't have doors at one time. Had curtains.
Yeah. And I was told that's the
Oh,
sitting
that's
room.
right.
There was the beds out there.
And you can see how old it is because that's my camera there. That's the Super 8 camera.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
And
pretty
that's
old.
where Anna
I didn't
sat.
know about the curtains. Right.
This
Yeah.
is where Anna sat. And
Anna being like the madam. Is that right?
yes.
No, it was Madam Lori.
Madam
Anna,
Lori. Okay,
Anna
who's
was
Anna?
Anna wasn't the madam because that's what I was told.
No, Anna is
So I got misinformation.
Okay. Because when we asked in an EVP, we played on one of our shows. I played an EVP where we said, who's your favorite lady of the night? And it said Anna really
Yeah.
clearly.
yeah, she's one of the ladies of the night, but Madam Lori was the madam.
Okay. Oh,
And
that's
she's
good to
there
know.
too.
Matt
Yeah.
Lori. Okay.
Yes.
That's a name I hadn't heard. So that's
We
good to know.
we started getting her coming through, I would say about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So let me get back to this. And this is Anna's room where I was attacked.
Right.
I was
And
attacked years
attacked?
ago there. They
Attacked
attacked me. They
just
burned me
broke.
legs.
Oh, yes. you
Oh,
told
that's
me
right,
about
like a
that.
cigarette
Yes,
burn.
this is where it
Okay.
was. My brother and my son thought it was the funniest thing. I'm screaming in pain, and they thought it was the funniest thing.
You should tell
That's
that
see the
story.
curtain. I will because I got the actual
Yeah.
picture. The pictures don't look as good as back then, because back then was really the cameras were much different. That
Right,
was
not the
the
cell
room.
phone. That's which one?
That's
Rosie?
Anna's room.
Oh, it's Anna's room. So
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
And this room is, I think, Rosie's room.
Wow.
And this is
It's Maddie.
Maddie. Maddie room.
It's so different.
And
It's
Rosie's room overlooks the well where they found her body.
Oh.
yeah. That's yeah. I like that room. See, this is what I'm saying too. This is inside Maddie's room, and it wasn't as clean as it is now.
Yeah.
You know?
But you recognize, like I recognize that. You know,
Yeah.
it's recognizable.
Tell by the wallpaper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wallpaper and
exactly.
stuff
I like that
that.
room.
You know, and this is. I
I
mean, you
always
really can't see the burns on my legs because I know I circled the one. You could see like a little welt. So
okay.
when I was there, and this is I don't know 16, 17, 18. I don't know what year it was, but my brother and I and my son went there. It was with the team. I was with Seekers Club of Paranormal. The part of my group was somewhere else, and I was just three of us walking around. So we broke up to little groups. So we're in there, and we go up there, and there was a laying area where you lay down. Well, I was laying down. Let me see. I think it's with the. You see the little
Bed off to the left.
yeah, it's like a bed. I laid down on there, and my brother went into Anna's room. So I'm there laying down, and it felt like something massaging my back, rubbing my back. So I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool, you know. I'm tired. I'm gonna get my back rubbed, sure. So I tell my brother, he goes, "Oh, I need that." So I said, "You come here, I'll go in Anna's room." So he goes over there, nothing happens. So I go lay down in Anna's bed, and next thing I know, I have a cross that's hanging across from my neck, and it felt like somebody pulling the cross. So I'm like, "Whoa!" It felt like somebody pulling the cross, and all of a sudden,
Wow.
because my legs were hanging off the edge of the bed, I was laying on the bed, but I was like, on the end of the bed, you have your legs hanging down and just laying there.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, my legs started burning, like somebody's putting cigarette out or
Oh.
something out on it. So I pull my pants up, and I got these little round welts on my legs. You might not be able to see it because remember, it's I don't know if you can see how
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you can see
it's
the well.
raised a little bit.
you know,
Yeah.
it's dark there and
Wow.
everything. It was the lights were off. We trying to flash, so like that,
That's wild.
you know.
Yeah, and it's not
And,
like a bee sting or anything. Like it
and
looks
you
like
can
it's
see
a
it on this
welt.
one a little bit. I don't have a circle on it, but it's very little. There's
Yeah.
a couple of them on that one too.
Didn't you get a mark like that the last time you were at the hotel? It was just recently you had a mark on you.
Yeah, I did. But it
Yeah,
wasn't. I
he did.
don't think it was a cigarette burn. It was something that touched me, whatever. But back then it was like it was crazy because the next day I talking to Sal and I said, Sal, my this is last night it felt like somebody putting cigarettes out on my leg and stuff like that. And my brother was there and my son and some of my team at that time. And he goes, and he called over the caretaker because at that time they had somebody living upstairs in a little room. They used to call caretaker where Kelly is.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be somebody up there
Yeah.
that used to be like a caretaker. And he comes and he called him over and he goes, I don't know the guy's name. And he said, what happened to you up in the bordello the other day in Anna's room? And he goes, it felt like somebody putting cigarettes out of my arm. The same thing I just got done
No
telling.
way.
Yeah, and this guy was in there when he called him over. So it was
That's pretty
wow.
cool.
Then on the way home, this is the craziest thing. It felt like I was getting burned again and something forming on my arm. I was just pulling out of the driveway there and going down the road. And I was going down the road, I had to make the right. I'm not sure the name of the roads and stuff, but I had to go to right to go down to the highway.
Mhm.
So I had to go down past. There's a deli. There's that deli on the corner there, and you go
Yeah.
walk the
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So I go to the right as I'm driving down that road. All of a sudden, my arm starts burning again. I'm like, "What the hell?" And my brother's taking pictures of it. And he goes, and my brother
Weird.
witnessed it. You know, it looked like something forming on my arm. It looked like a cigarette or like a round welt like that, just forming on my arm. Like the thing came that far with me in the car, and then he goes, "Okay, you're gone now."
That's
But
wild.
Yeah.
that was a crazy experience. It really
Yeah.
was. You know, so
Yeah.
And painful.
for me, it was.
Yeah.
For me, so um Stephanie, I'm saying your name right, ain't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
This
It's not
time.
hard to mess that one up.
This time. You sent me some pictures too.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote them down. I wrote with candle. There's candles in one.
The
Stephanie
scrying.
candle. I
Oh,
don't
good.
know. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to start playing some of your
Okay.
stuff because
Oh,
I
good.
don't
I
want
was
to run out
hoping
of
that
time.
we'd see that. That thing is
Okay.
cool.
This is with the candle. You want to explain this? I got 3 of these. You want me to
Yeah.
go through them?
Yeah, it's a series of, I mean, I took a bunch. I had, a bunch of guests one night, and one of the guys in particular wanted to be in the scrying room. So I took him in there, and I'm standing next to him, and I'm just taking picture after picture after picture. And so that one, there's nothing.
Right.
So the first 2, there was nothing. But whenever I was scrolling through, as I'm coming out of there and I get into the great room and I'm scrolling through and I look on one of those pictures and I'm like, what the hell are those things? And I zoom in and they look like screaming bald-headed alien things. That's what I call them. Because I don't know what else to call them. I don't know what they are. Somebody else said they look like the Terrifier. Now I can't unsee that. But it was wild.
Oh, yeah.
I
Is it
looked at
the
him.
picture you're talking about?
So let me zoom in. Nope. That one's, there's
That's
nothing.
not it.
It's
Be the
nothing.
third.
It's nothing. Because I got other ones with faces in them. Is that the one
Yes.
we're talking about?
Yeah, so it'd be the next one. Oh, nope, not that one.
Okay, that's
There
what
should
I
have
have.
been 3 with those. 3 with the
Three in a
mirror.
row.
Okay. I have 3. So this is the first. Oh no, this is my second one. This is the first one you sent me.
There it is. There it is. So
Yeah,
when you
that's
zoom
it.
in, there's one to the left of the candle, and then there's another one on his neck, sideways.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Over
Oh,
by
I
the
see
neck,
it.
the
I see
thing
it.
down there. Yes,
Yeah.
a little
Like
face.
here.
Yeah, they're 2 little faces. They look like screaming.
Oh, yeah.
So at the time, I grabbed him and I'm like, "What's on your hoodie?" And he didn't have any writing, he didn't have any emblems, anything
Oh,
on his hoodie, just a plain black hoodie. So it was weird, very strange.
That's interesting.
that's scrying. There's a little room, actually, like
Yeah,
with the mirror
yeah, it's
and
a
the
little closet.
candle. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's the Shanley Hotel,
Uh,
Adam.
I'm going to put the name of it in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So yeah,
You'll have to take Adam there when he comes up from
yeah,
Texas.
Adam's in Texas. He has a place over there that wow. I
Like
drew
you
some
guys
pictures
would love
and
it.
stuff like that.
It's
Yeah.
the Jefferson Hotel. It's like
Oh.
a similar story. Really,
Yeah.
really similar.
Of course,
Good.
I telling you guys are my favorite hotels. I'm very
By far.
biased, but they do have stuff there, and wow, I've seen some of their evidence, and
Yeah, pretty cool
but I know
stuff.
what I got by you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Favorite.
while we're doing that, I'm going to play. If you want me to play, see, I got my own evidence here, so
Yeah.
I got
Go
this one thing from 2019. I call it Jonathan dancing. Okay, I know Jonathan is somebody else. I know as a little kid, so that's how I know him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jonathan dancing is really in the kids' room. we're standing in Joe's room, and we were there, 2019, I think it was, and we're there, and I had I was there with my night vision camera. There was another person there that joined the group, and they were videoing this. You know, we're walking around the three of us, and I have my SLS camera, so I gave it to my friend Dennis. So Dennis is walking around the SLS, and all of a sudden the music box in the kids' room starts going off. So we're like, "Who's there?" You know, questioning it. So I told him to swing the camera, did the SLS in there, and I'm in there with the night vision and everything else. And all of a sudden we got this. It's somebody It looks like he's dancing on the
Oh.
SLS, a figure dancing. And the way I'm looking at it, you can see shadows of the other cameras involved, but
Mhm.
once the cameras move out of the way, it's still there. So that's why I thought it was very
Oh.
interesting. It
Yeah.
wasn't picking up the image of the other camera. So
And it seems like a child. Like, can you tell from the other
I'm assuming
cameras?
it's a child. It's in the kids' room.
No
Right.
one's in here.
That makes sense.
Just go this way.
I just kicked it.
Okay. No, don't let go of it. Don't let
Oh,
go.
I'm sorry. I
Can't
thought you were
hold it.
shaking.
No,
It's not picking
don't go
up.
there yet. For a second. Stephen, go there.
It's going off and there's no one in there.
Is anyone just here?
It's not mapping, Anthony. Nope, not at all.
Nothing in that. Nothing close. Why is that going on? Hey, kid, are you in here?
What is your name?
Last time you played with me.
Is this Jonathan?
What is your name?
Oh, there he is. There he is. He's dancing for you.
Oh, yeah?
He's dancing.
Oh, Jonathan, thank you.
Thank you,
Is
sweetheart.
that Jonathan?
Is that Jonathan? You're like jumping and dancing. That's wonderful.
There's nothing there to map.
You're doing great. Do some acrobatics. He's laying on the ground right now.
Jonathan, what are you doing?
He's just lounging with his leg up.
That is awesome.
You're doing great.
Okay, Jonathan, you making that thing go off? You like the sound of the music?
That's cool.
The
Hey,
music
guys.
is creepy.
My son texted me. He's got a problem with his car. I have to go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. I'm sorry,
I'm
guys.
sorry to hear that. Of course.
Yeah.
No worries. No worries.
Okay.
We will
All
say
right.
nice
always
things
say
about you.
family
But
first.
thank you for joining us, Tracy.
Thank
And we'll see you
you.
soon.
All right.
We'll see you in
Bye-bye.
June.
I'll see you in
Okay.
May.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah,
now
see
we
you.
have Stephanie Smith.
Yeah.
now we have. Well, at least I can say your name right.
Yes.
Trust me, we are in good hands,
Tracy,
everybody.
I feel so bad that I do that all the
Oh
time.
my gosh.
And I like her. If I didn't like her, imagine if I didn't like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine what he calls me.
Well,
Yeah.
Jenny. And sometimes I even say your name wrong. So, you know, but it is another set of. I want to. You said something else here with a face. So
Yeah.
I just have down his face.
Ooh.
You want to explain this one here?
So the guest that I had that night actually was taking pictures of me, and I sit on the floor at Joe's feet. I think that's why he loves me so much.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
if you look at the corner right in front of my face, that's the corner of one of his chairs. And the series kind of develops into a face. Actually, excuse me. Technically the corner of the chair would be above my head, right above my
Mhm.
head.
Right.
So
Yeah,
as
you
you
can see a leg of a person walking away.
well, you
That's-
like right above
Yeah.
my head, see how the chair looks a little raised right in that corner?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then as the pictures progress, it starts to look like, you see that?
You see
Yeah.
the face
Face
there
all
now,
of a sudden is developing like a very
I see the
ghost.
face.
and then you change the thing, and look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God. That
Isn't that
surprised
wild?
me. Okay. Can everybody see that? That is wow. That's amazing.
That is.
So can everybody see above her head? I mean, I can't even figure out how that would be, something you make into a face. That's a face with a collar. Like, I
Yeah.
I
mean,
actually thought
you
it
can
might
see
have been
a
somebody
white
sitting there, but
collar.
where you look at it, you can see there's nobody. There's no room for
I
that
mean,
person
there's
to sit there.
Yeah, nobody was sitting in the chair. I was sitting
it,
right
it
at
has like
right on the
depth to
floor.
it.
Hmm.
It does, yeah.
You know what that looks
like
like
it.
to me? Like a death mask.
Yeah,
Or
kind
death,
of.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks very
wow.
ghastly, very spooky, very Halloweenish.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't look. Yeah. It doesn't look like a living
That's
person. Even
no.
But that was pretty creepy. I know. My Adam said, "Yikes." um. So yeah. So Adam wanted to know how long you've been investigating. Well, she's been there 5 years, but did you investigate it before that?
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, I used to investigate all the time in Alaska. Like I said, it's the historic
Yeah.
Anchorage Hotel, and during January, beginning of February, there's I don't know if everybody knows what the Iditarod is. It's the last great American race. Okay, so
Yes.
the dog sled races,
Yep.
and right in town in Anchorage, in downtown Anchorage, they do the ceremonial start of the dog races. And so they put up the carnival. We have a parade. There's outhouse races, all kinds of stuff going on during the
Oh,
daytime.
how fun.
Outhouse races.
Outhouse
We
races,
got it.
yeah.
We got to hear
I'll
about that.
probably be good at that one.
And the hotel is right on that corner where everything is like, it's kind of like a central hub. So like I said earlier, like we do all the fun stuff during the day, and then we would stay at the hotel for like a whole weekend at the time, and and investigate during the nighttime. And even my girls have seen stuff. Like there's a lot of spirits in that hotel as well. They're not as active as the Shanley, but boy, when they're active, they are active. Like you can hear
Love it.
children running around the floors. There was one night in particular that I was listening for the children. I could hear them running down the hallway, and you could hear the little giggles. And I was looking out the peephole, and of course I'm not seeing anything. So I decided to slowly open up the door to see if I could see anything. But I didn't realize the lady in the room next to me was doing the exact same thing. So when she saw my head, she
What?
screamed bloody murder.
That's funny that
And
you
then she
both
asked me to
heard
walk her
it.
to the ice machine because she was too scared to go by herself. And
That's
she wasn't
funny.
even there for the ghost. She was just there for the
Again,
for the event.
validation that
Yeah.
you both heard it. Like, especially someone like with the psychic abilities like you. You wonder,
Yeah.
am I actually hearing it?
Yes. Sometimes I
So,
question myself. Yeah.
right.
That's
So we have a
interesting.
request to show that photo again.
Okay.
Enjoy, just talk amongst yourselves as I choke.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
I'm gonna get a drink.
This is the image you want.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Wow. See. Yeah, we got it again.
Yep.
Dope. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a really remarkable catch by the guests that we had that night.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, there's another photo I want to show that I had taken. Well, I was one person on my team that I took this
Don't
picture,
mind me.
and then they just like, oh, this is the picture. So of course, like what I do is, I get the picture and I just start looking for anything on the picture. I found two things on the picture. It's an old picture also, and I couldn't find the. I found one of the things. Well, let me bring the picture up.
Yeah, let's see it.
I found two locations on here. There was a man standing in the one on the lower level by the sunroom, and I can't find that picture, zoomed in picture of it.
Yeah.
And the one on top is this picture. Okay, to me it looks like two kids sitting there looking out at us. Throughout that night, we had in that hallway up on the third floor, we heard a boy and girl giggling, and we would try and follow them in each room, and it's like they were like running away, like playing tag with us and stuff. Every time we didn't pay attention, they would come in and say something on the spirit box or with an EVP or something, and then you could hear like kids running down the hallway. So of course I go running out and I go into that room there, and but I don't see them at that time. This was taken when we first got there. Because when we first got there, I just said to my team, everybody just take pictures.
Yeah,
Take
of
pictures.
course.
Just take pictures. Just take, and that's one of the pictures they've taken. So
Yeah.
I mean,
They look like different heights,
yeah.
like a
Mhm.
boy and a girl, or
To me, it looked like Jonathan and the other. I mean, I was told the story about Jonathan, but later
what's
on,
the story of Jonathan? I don't know the story of Jonathan.
Jonathan was supposed to be a little boy that was the story I heard, and I think they disproved a lot of this stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the story that I
Oh,
heard was Jonathan was out in the parking lot sitting on a bumper of one of the old cars. It was a doctor, and the doctor backed out, and he backed out over him because remember this is like the when they had those big cars in the 20s and 30s and stuff like that. And they backed over him, but they brought him in the hotel to help him because the guy was a doctor. He ended up dying in the hotel. So they
is that
say
true?
he sold the whole hotel. But the story they have now is they found out something totally different. That wasn't in the story. So you know the story, Stephanie?
Yeah, so yeah, just like you said, it was supposed to be his father, his own father that accidentally killed him.
Oh,
But and it wasn't us that did the research. I don't know if it was Sal or Kelly. But basically found out that Jonathan survived and became a lawyer like in the city. So then we're like, okay, well, who is this Jonathan? And then just as time progresses and things happen,
yeah.
one of the I think the second psychic vision I ever had up on that third floor was of a little boy about 9 years old, 9 to 11, and he was being thrown over that railing and he was
Oh,
hitting his
wow.
head. And so
Oh,
as time has progressed, like what I have gotten is that Jonathan is a grown man who thinks he's a child, I think just because of the brain damage. And I've had other
Yeah.
people
oh,
that have kind of
So
confirmed
Kelly,
what I've
that's
said too. Because like
yeah,
sometimes he doesn't
Tracy
like
told
the
me.
oh,
loud
really?
noises. Yeah, he doesn't like the loud noises, the lights, the glitz and glamour of all the equipment and stuff. But like sometimes he'll just draw like a figure eight in my hand just over and over and over again. And like I don't even notice it at the
Okay,
time, but I
like
start rocking
repetitive.
back and forth. So yeah.
That's
He's very sweet.
Interesting.
Very, very sweet.
mhm.
Yeah.
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 Like I said, I
And
got the different
Kim
stories.
talks about
So
this all the time, like,
yeah,
doing research later. And it's so important, like she talks about an example of a story about a boy drowning in a pond in a location. And it wasn't true at all. It just had been repeated like telephone over and over again.
Yeah.
And you got to really be careful about that. It turns out that boy never died. He lived to
Yeah.
91 or something. So we get that at the theater where we investigate. We've had people
Yeah.
tell us, oh, this person was murdered, and then we're like, we know she lived till 98.
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm yeah.
So
This is another thing I have also, and it's time. I slow this down so much that the order goes.
oh no.
Yeah, it's like that slow. I'm gonna play it. We were there 2019 again, same time with Jonathan thing. Um, the dancing SLS spirit. Well, I'm gonna have to change that now from Jonathan to something else because that's where I posted it when I got it back then.
Well, I can
Um,
still call it
but
Jonathan, so we know who
what
to
happened
mean.
is
I mean, we do. We still call him
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Kelly was sitting in the room with us. It was in Joe's room on the third floor, and it was a group of us there, and uh, we're just there was one of the women crossover paranormal something like that. They came. We rented the place out, but they came for the night, so we had them investigate with us. So the one woman was sitting in Joe's chair, and we're all sitting outside, asking around her, and asking questions. So Kelly's sitting there, Giuseppe's there, Chris Mendez, and the woman, there's a woman from Crossover, another one that was there that was filming also, and we're talking, and all of a sudden Kelly goes, "Somebody pulled my hair." So I slowed this thing down so much that you gotta look. You see her going something with her hair going like this and going down, and then you can see her hair go up like this, getting pulled up.
Oh wow.
That's cool.
Okay, and then she's like, you know, but it's so
I love
slow.
it. Can't wait.
Everybody in the audience, if you want to shut the audio down on this portion, you can, because it is annoying, but you can see how much I slowed it
Mute.
down just to get that point. And I hope everybody gets to check it out. You see what I'm saying about the audio? But
Yeah.
I know if you guys could see what I'm talking about, because
I might have to see it again.
because you see the hair get pulled up in the back, and it's
When you
like,
see her
she's
react,
going like this, she's going like this, like something's already bothering her, and then she goes like this, and all of a sudden something
Then
just
she
goes,
really
raise
does
her
it.
hair.
Like she's like
Just
this,
raise
but
it.
then she goes like, whoa. Like,
Yeah,
what
because
just
her hair is
happened?
like
reaction.
raised.
Good.
I'll do it one more time.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is annoying. Like I said, that's how slow I made
What
it.
are you talking about? It's not annoying. Love it.
Do you
Yeah.
see it?
That time I could see it.
Yeah, and it's like it just gets, because she's going like this. So whoever's they see her play with her hair. So all of a sudden they go, they pull it up, which I
Yeah.
thought was, I wanted to check that out, and that's why I slowed it down so much that it gets annoying to the ears.
He's
Yeah.
like, forget about it.
Forget about it. So,
That's cool.
we did all your video on your things on yours. All the stuff that you sent me, I did already, didn't we? Yes. All right. Yeah, I mean, I got stuff.
He's got
You
a
want to
million
talk
of
about
them.
some stuff that you experienced or
Yeah.
anything?
Did I send you
History?
the one video that with a little boy?
Yeah, you didn't send me any videos.
Oh, I thought I sent that to you. I wish I did.
Yeah, I don't have any videos of any. I mean, the only
bummer.
video I have is mine
Okay.
and Jenny's.
Okay. I
So-
thought I sent that one, but my bad on that one. But yeah, I've had
Tell us about it.
of experiences over the years being there so long,
Oh.
from waking up
course.
and seeing spirits at my bedside to a creeper,
Great.
down the hallway, and whatever this guy that calls himself a priest, seeing him like full-fledged one day. He actually corrected me because I came out of the Roosevelt room one afternoon and he was standing, like he's in a cloak, and he was standing on the steps that go up to the third floor, and his energy was so off-putting. I literally backed myself in the door and I was like, whoa, like you don't belong here. And then he was gone. And so I started describing him as being in a black cloak, and I kid you not, he came through one of the spirit boxes one night and he goes, "It's brown." And I'm like, oh, excuse me.
Oh. Okay. You're still and you're still creepy. Wow. It's brown.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
so intelligent. That's
yeah.
my favorite room. That's where I've stayed.
Yeah.
I love that room.
We have so
It's
many,
really beautiful.
like the bulk of our spirits really are very intelligent. They interact with
Yeah.
people. They talk back. They make fun of us sometimes. We get called all kinds
They
of
know
names.
you by now. I mean,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. They know
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
the best thing I think that you've shown me from there is you showed me a really good picture of a shadow figure
Which one?
that a guest had taken. It was in the this like the seance room, the main
Oh,
room.
yes. Those people did not go to bed. It was like right after 5 o'clock in the morning.
I
I
don't think
hear
I would either. That was
screaming, and they're running upstairs, and they're right outside my door, just screaming. And I'm like, "What is going on?"
what in
And
the
they're like,
world? Yeah.
"Look at
Hmm.
this!" And they, right where the stadium, the 1845 stadium chairs are, there's this huge black mass all up the wall,
Massive.
and it was huge. And not only that, but right underneath where those chairs are, there's like, it looks like a little, how in the olden days, like your TV would go to snow,
Yeah.
Hmm.
like it's like a little oval of snow is what it looks like. And
Crazy.
Kelly
It
checked
was the blackest of black. I mean,
it was, yeah, Kelly checked the security cameras, and we didn't catch it on the security cameras, but she caught an EVP. I don't remember what the EVP said, but yeah, that was crazy. And it was one in a series of five, and it was right in the middle. And the guy, like we could see in the video, he took them back to back to back to back to back.
yeah. It was like
So it
nothing,
just showed,
nothing.
yeah,
Black as anything you ever saw. Like black,
yeah,
that darker than dark black of a shadow
That's
yes,
figure.
yes, yeah,
When you showed
wow.
me, I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff, but I was like, whoa,
yeah.
that's
They
pretty
were
good.
so
We
shocked. They were like, "Oh my god!"
Huge too. Huge.
It was, yeah, it took a pretty good size of the wall.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Huge.
"That's the best capture we've ever caught." So I
I
can't
mean,
wait
that
for them to
was like
come back.
8 feet tall. That was huge.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
mean, really, really dark and so
yeah,
big.
Yeah,
yeah.
you guys
And
show me that
I,
next time I calm down.
Yeah,
You
for
know.
yeah,
sure.
I,
I mean, if it was my evidence, I would have shown it. But yeah, it was just
yeah,
a couple
yeah,
that came. But wow.
yeah.
We got a question from Mary Beth.
Mhm.
Have you ever felt anything on the bed with you or sitting on the
Good
sofa?
question. Good question.
Yeah, that's happened a few times. There was one night, um, that I was sitting on the bed in Marguerite's room, and
Mhm.
the cat, we have the ghost cat, his name is
Uh-huh.
Sweet Thing, and he literally jumped up on the bed, and you know how they do those kneading steps? He did like 4 kneading steps right towards me,
Oh
and then he was
yeah.
gone. And I just kind of sat there stunned, and I'm like, crap, I didn't even have my camera set up, so I didn't even capture it.
Ah,
All the good stuff happens when the cameras are off.
of course.
Mhm.
There was another afternoon. I don't know if I know I purposefully lucid dream, but in this time, I don't know if that's what I was doing, but I
Right.
finished cleaning, and I was going to take a nap, and I'm like, Joe, I'm a little lonely. You should come spoon me. And what I saw was a man walk through the door, my room door, climb over me on the bed. So I felt the weight of somebody get on the bed, and then
Like
it's
the
like,
knees.
yeah, and the
Wow.
pressure
Oh
behind me,
my
and it's
God.
like as soon as it was there, it was gone. And then I saw a man kneeling on the floor, looking at me, and he just
No.
smiles and he shakes his head, and he gets up, and I watch him walk through the door again, and he was gone. I was like, did this
Wow.
really happen? So yeah,
Uh,
I've seen some crazy things.
I bet you.
That's
I mean, I wish
crazy.
I was there all the time. I'd be there. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a place that draws you in, you know?
It does.
Like it,
definitely.
it, it definitely
Yeah.
is.
It's like
What,
Yeah.
coming,
so go ahead.
yeah, it's like
It's
coming
like
home. Like,
coming,
you feel so welcome and so at peace there.
Mhm.
It's very homey.
that's
When I go
Anthony.
there, I
That's how
feel
he feels.
comfortable. I don't feel nervous about anything. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
comfortable. And
yeah.
except for Rosie playing with my toes at nighttime.
And getting burned with a cigarette, other
The
than that.
cigarette. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't have she hasn't done that to me in a while. So I mean, and I'm only when I sleep, I'm only two rooms from that.
yeah,
It's me,
Yeah.
Manny, and then Anna's room.
yeah,
So I'm right in that area. So she could walk in any time, and she wants to use me as the ashtray.
Right.
She will.
yeah. I had some of the loveliest guests last night, and one of the girls, I was like, "Oh, Rosie, you can tickle her toesies," and she goes, "No, no, nobody's touching my toes. Everybody stay away from my toes when I sleep."
No.
And I was like, "Oh,
I
that's a little
mean,
sad."
we've definitely had the toys in Rosie's room respond,
Yeah,
Mhm.
on command, kind of thing, light up. Or I know the Cocos, Todd and Carmelo Cocotilo, as we call them, Dos Cocos. they set up a system where she could identify which book she wanted read.
Oh,
And she
yes.
chose the Ugly Duckling, I think, or something like that. So
Yes.
he read
Yes.
it the next time he came. Yeah.
And you want to hear
Yeah.
something interesting? Last time I was there,
That was a good idea. Put like the
they-
cat balls in front of 3 books and say which one do you want
Yep.
to choose. That was cool.
I didn't know they did that day, that night.
Hmm.
So I went to
They did
bed,
the time before.
and
Yeah.
I was there. I was there, Jenny. Would you forget me?
Who are you?
I don't know. And I stayed in that room, of course, that's my room. But I'm sleeping. I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm laying there. All of a sudden I hear there's a book on the side of the bed, and the quack quack. A duck goes quack quack. No, it's one of those toys that you put on the animal and makes a sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the duck goes quack quack. So the next day I went down there and I said that to them, and they go, "Are you kidding me? That's the last night we were up there."
Yeah.
And that she said her
They
favorite
read the
animal was the
story.
duck.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And she
Yeah.
made sure I knew that the duck was her favorite animal. You
Aw.
know? So,
That's pretty cool.
she plays with my toes. And I
That's
take
really
my socks
active,
off. I don't
though.
care. She let her play with my toes. Hey,
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Could we do
He'll
worse?
let anybody play with his toes.
Hey, you want to come up any night? Hey, I'm up there. You want to play with somebody's toes?
That's
I
for the
don't
late
care.
night
Just
show as well.
on the toes,
Has any
Talk about
guest
Bordello.
ever?
This is something
Yes.
that you put on TikTok, Jad. I'm gonna put a
No. Oh,
yeah,
me?
yeah,
Cool.
Jenny.
Oh, good. I talked
Yeah.
about this already. Good.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, she put a little thing down for
Pretty
the
clear.
lady. That's pretty
Anna.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Nicole from Full Moon saying, "Who's your favorite lady from upstairs?" If you couldn't hear it, and it says Anna pretty
Yeah.
clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
So that was cool too, because you can see a little bit more modern version of a lot of the pictures that you showed.
Yeah.
Yes,
That was recent.
that was more
Yeah,
recent
that was
than.
recent. Yeah,
Yeah. Anna's our top girl up there for sure.
clearly.
Oh, hello from Manchester, England. Hello there.
Hi. So it's the middle of the night. It's the early morning.
Yeah, it's morning
so
for them there.
Interestingly, we got
Welcome.
that EVP in the gentleman's quarters.
Oh.
So
Okay.
we actually, we were downstairs doing an EVP session in the gentleman's quarters, and Nicole asked, "Who's your favorite lady from upstairs?"
Yeah.
And we played it back right away, and everybody said, "Oh, Anna." It was very clear. I don't know. You kind of have to turn up your volume on
Yeah.
StreamYard for those EVPs, but hopefully you heard it, Anna. And we were
Yeah.
like, "That's really cool that we got it downstairs. It wasn't even up in the bordello."
Yeah.
These are
Why
some
do
of
they
the
call it the
drawings.
gentleman's quarters?
Oh, good.
Because back in the
Sorry.
day, there was no ladies allowed. It's where they did drinking, gambling, smoking. I
Mhm.
always guess, the scene in Titanic where the guys are getting up to go,
Mhm.
smoke, and Rose says they're going to congratulate each other on being masters of the universe.
Yes,
That's that room.
that's
Women
what
were
you
not
get.
allowed there.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that would
what
be
I was
about
told
right.
by Sal, and I'm going back years. I mean, a lot of stuff that Sal told me they disproved because of research and names and stuff. But this is what he had back then.
Hmm.
They used to walk in with their wives left. The men go to the left, and the women go to the right.
Oh.
And that's the way it was. They broke them up into the men had their because there was a pool table and there was a bunch of stuff going on there at the time. And matter of fact, where the refrigerator is, that where they have the coffee and stuff,
Yeah.
in front of that there was a bar, They used to go wrap around.
Oh,
They used to go around, and then, and if you know, and you know, there's a door. There's the what do you call it, the door that opens
The
to the floor?
door.
Yeah, and that's
yeah.
where they used to hold the liquor, hide the liquor for prohibition and
Oh,
stuff like that.
definitely.
But that there was a actual a bar in that area, and in the back where I don't know if that counter was there at the time when it was a bar. Probably was. They needed somewhere to put the liquor, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
there was a bar in that area, and then the back, there's a bordello. So there was ladies in that area, but they were paid
yeah,
individuals for
but that makes
whatever.
sense that we got that in the gentleman's quarters then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So going back to history, so in Prohibition, that was a problem for the Shanley because they had a raid in 1932 there, right?
Did, yes.
And
James,
two people got arrested.
yep,
Yeah,
James Stanley and I believe John
James.
were the two that
I
were
think you're
arrested.
right. I did make a note of it. It was
Yeah.
James and John. Yeah,
Yeah.
who were
But
arrested.
because
Yeah,
the Shanleys are such
right,
good friends, the Roosevelts,
right.
he was able to get off, and it was just
Oops.
kind of swept
Yeah,
under the rug type of thing. So yeah.
right. You're talking
And
about
then
like the Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt, like those Roosevelts.
yeah, because we
Right,
have the one room named for her because she was always visiting Beatrice Shanley, and
right.
we think they were best friends, and there's
Oh, nice.
supposed to be a picture somewhere in one of the historical societies of Eleanor Roosevelt in her car out front because James Shanley had the only working gas pump in town, like the only one,
Oh,
and
of course.
supposed to be her car like getting gas in front of the Shanley. So
That
one
would be
day
a
we have to make it
picture.
a historical.
That'd be great to find.
That would be a picture. And
Yeah.
Thomas Edison stayed
Yep.
there. Anybody else I'm
Yes,
forgetting?
he
Who else
did.
stayed there? I love famous guests of
Oh, you have
hotels. Ask
I
Anthony. That's
stayed
like my
there.
thing. Oh, Anthony Simonelli
yeah,
stayed there.
Forget, hey, I was there. Hey, don't forget me.
yeah.
How could I ever?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot. Well, obviously with the reputation that the Shanleys had and the parties and things like that, and the connections, God only knows who all
No,
was
yeah, I
there.
agree.
So yeah,
It was the place to go from New York City.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
It's kind of funny though because when descendants of theirs come in, some of them come in and we're like, yeah, we used to say that they dabbled in the Irish mafia, and some of them are like, oh no, that was only James. They want nothing to do with that.
Oh,
And then there's other ones that are like, yeah, we are the Irish mafia. So
oh. So
Give me a
who's
second.
telling
I
the
want to
truth?
get something to show.
What's a mafia? Anthony, what's a mafia?
Those they don't exist.
they're businessmen.
Yeah,
Where'd he
no
go?
business. No business. Okay. It's one of my drawings I want to show, but I want to start showing some of my drawings. And the last
Please.
drawing I did, I didn't get a chance to put it on this. Last time I said this is 2019 or what is something like that, and I was down the basement, and you know where the I guess that furnace thing is in
Yeah,
the middle
Oh,
of the
that
basement,
long.
that
and
used
then
to
you
be.
have the step up, and then goes in the back. And there's a chair back there.
Yeah.
I seen something pop his head out from the bottom of the ground, pop his head up and go back down. So I drew it.
Oh, not a gopher.
No,
No, he's
Not a
popped his head
gopher.
out and went back down. I have no
Do
idea
you think
what that
that's
is.
some kind of elemental or something?
I don't know. We kind of call that thing the creeper. He's like, and I've ran into it. It's like
So it has a name. I didn't even know there was a creeper down the
Okay,
basement.
okay.
I mean, we've had the creeper up in the bordello. He goes all over the place. I haven't
He just
encountered.
popped up, looked around like this, and then see me looking and went back down.
But look at Stephanie. She's not even phased by this. She's like, oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah,
in the
Oh, yeah,
basement.
that guy, the creeper.
because you know how
Okay.
the other, like, whenever spirits touch you, they feel a little wispy, a little spider webby, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The cold spots.
Mhm.
This thing feels like little, just electrical shocks. they're
Oh,
not
wow.
painful. They just feel like it's a little bit of electricity, you know.
Mhm.
It's whatever
Static
he is.
electricity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Here's
Interesting.
another one of my drawings. I'd seen a girl standing by the door, the front door.
Oh,
I was coming
cool.
down the stairs one time.
Oh,
Aw.
look at her feather and her hat.
No. Wintertime,
Yeah.
she's got her gloves on.
Yeah, oh no, these two, yeah,
Along skirt.
2024. That was like just last year. I seen this one. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
just sitting there, standing there with the thing, and she had mittens on and stuff like that, a long dress.
I remember that night.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was like just
Look
there,
at
and
the
that was it.
mittens. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
That was by the
cute. And the
front
little
door.
bangs. So cute.
This one is, I can't see it, but I know I seen it there.
Oh, look at that girl.
Yeah, this was like back 2016. I think that's one by Joe's room. I don't know if it's Joe
Yeah.
or who it could be, but that's what I seen up in that area.
Do
Yeah,
you
the
think it
little
looks like
flower.
that face in the photo?
I can't, it's really hard with that face in the photo, but we have those other pictures that we know was all taken in the dining room kitchen area, which is our seance room now. And it's all mafias. And that face looks very similar to a few of them.
Really?
So
He had like a comb over haircut.
yeah, we'll have to do
Yeah.
some comparisons to
Look
the
at
face.
that pocket square.
And this other one, I seen. We were doing the digital seance inside that area, and they were showing. They were we were just doing it, and I seen this man come in. And he looked a little beat up, and
Yeah.
so I drew him. I show him to Kelly, but this is what I seen.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The last time you were there, I was just enthralled with that one.
Yeah, I don't know who he
Wow.
was. He had a fat lip. He had a black eye. Well, two black eyes. One eye was closed, and the other one was just black. And and he smelled a little bit.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Smelled like what?
It could be, I mean, a vagrant, what they used to call,
Yeah.
unhoused people, vagrants, right?
Mhm.
Or something. But
Yeah.
I know
let's
when
also-
Sal was there, when he first bought the place, there was homeless people living in it,
yeah.
inside the place.
Yeah.
I only found that out recently because I was told to me. But
Yeah.
when
I didn't
Sal
know
bought it, there was homeless people that he actually had to go up and chase them out.
Yeah.
Really? Like squatters?
So,
Yeah.
coffee machine is, we've got that picture, back from the 70s or so of this man named, really nice, sweet old man. That brick building across from us, he lived in that building since like the 1970s. So he used to talk about the homeless people that were inhabiting the Shanley. And I remember one story, he said the homeless people occupied what we call Williams room up on the 3rd floor. And he says there were candles everywhere. And he goes, I was so afraid that if he knocked over one candle, the whole thing was going to go
over.
Yeah. So I remember
again.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, right.
Can we talk about the fact that there's a prison right next to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Up
to talk
the hill.
over it. Sometimes it lags. Did you want to finish? I'm sorry. Sometimes it lags a little bit. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh,
Are
no.
you a lagger?
Sometimes, like it buffers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's since 1973, the Eastern Correctional Facility, right, is a maximum security prison there, but it was built in 1900 as a reformatory.
Yes.
That's been there forever.
It has. It's like it was a boys reformatory, and then it's been a maximum security prison for a while. And they rotate these big name inmates throughout the different systems, for their safety. I always say with quotations.
For their safety.
Joe was over there from the Amityville murders. David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, he spent time there as well. So we never know who's over there at any given time. So
right.
Wow.
Now, have you had any problems with that?
Knock on wood, no.
Okay, like escapees or anything? No. Oh, geez.
To my knowledge, there has never been an escape. I know they had a prison.
Oh, thank goodness.
but I don't think anybody actually escaped during that time. So, yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so good. Would you be notified? I'm sure right away.
I
Oh.
don't have any idea. Probably not.
I'm sure the police would be right by. No,
Mhm.
I don't know.
really close.
I
Really
mean,
close.
there was a guy. Kelly was out of town, and I was kind of occupying her little apartment, taking care of the cat for a little, a couple
Yep.
days. And one of the nights I didn't have any guests, and Charlie in the basement wanted some booze, so I went into Ellenville to get him a little shooter of booze,
You're so funny.
and came back, and there's cops everywhere. They were chasing somebody on foot. I stopped at Peter's Market right at the corner before the hotel, and I was like, I forgot my tea. I got to go get my tea. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
talking about, they just saw him running in the woods right by Peter's Market, and I'm like, oh my God. So I'm
Did he
texting.
escape? No.
Well, I don't have, and I don't think he was an escapee. He just did something bad, and they were
Oh,
chasing, but they had helicopters out. Like, this was serious. And so I'm like, I'm in this hotel by myself. So I texted Kelly, and I just basically barricaded myself in her room.
yeah.
And I'm like messaging the police, I'm trying to get through to somebody, and they're like, we can't give you details. And I'm like, look, I don't need any details. I just need to know.
Yeah, but
I said, I'm in this hotel by myself.
yeah.
And, so they finally, it was like 12 o'clock in the morning. They finally sent me a message saying, all we're going to say is he's been caught, but we're not giving details. I'm like, that's fine. Thank you.
Who cares? They should have been nice.
That point, yeah.
Like, you're all alone. Like, it's right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a hotel they might go to if they're armed or whatever, like that.
And, so
And people go to that place all the time anyway.
Yeah, there would have been just my car in the parking lot, so they probably would have been empty. Good place to break in. Thank God Kelly had security systems and stuff. So if there was a break-in, she could have, she would be able to call me and let me know. So
Yeah, that's frightening.
Talking about security systems.
Ooh.
I have a audio of, and I think this was played a couple of times. This is one of my most popular one for the Shanley.
Yeah.
It was 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's sleeping. I'm upstairs by myself, and I hear the alarm going off. So I'm like, so I get my camera and I walk around the place, looking and saying, how am I going to shut this thing off? Going up and down the stairs. I'm going in. As I go back upstairs, I'm banging on Tracy's. See, I said it right. Tracy's door. And she's not answering. She's out like a light. And I'm trying to call Kelly up, and it was late, so I there was no answer. So I'm like, what am I going to do? It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to drive back to the city. I have to get up in a couple hours. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go back to bed. So
put the pillows.
I go home, and I do, of course, I check my stuff, and I come across this. Here it goes. And remember, this was owned by remember, there was the Irish mob there. So, and that was back in the 20s and stuff like that. So this makes a little sense, and I'll explain it afterwards. Here we go.
Cool.
I'll play it one more time.
What?
Yeah.
The wire cutters. And we were talking about that is because back in the 20s, it's not the alarm system like today. Everything's digital and everything else. Back then, to shut off the alarm system, all you had to do is cut one wire.
Yeah, exactly.
So the alarm's going off. You hear it go beep, 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 beep downstairs, and it says, get the wire cutters.
Yeah.
So whoever it was knew how to shut off alarm systems back.
That's a great one.
Terror.
Yeah. Even I had last night, I was still talking about that.
is the coolest thing I ever got on this. I'll play one more time because this is my
at least
my best I ever got from there.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, and at that time I didn't know about, but being an investigator all those years, you hear something in the middle of the night. First thing you're going to do is grab your camera. I don't care what it is.
First thing you're going to do is grab your camera.
And go check it out. I do. You know what I mean?
He's
I'm
always
not
got
too
his
bright.
camera.
I run to if I hear noises and stuff, I run to it. I'm first in, last out.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm last
Yeah.
out because I can't walk. But
Yeah.
I was always the first one and the last one out because
But now
I
you
wanna see
have
what
cameras in
information I
front
get.
and back, so
Yeah, now
you know that's how you
I got my
cover it.
camera here. I got the body cam
The
here and the
body
body
camera.
cam in the back, and I'm all set. Hey,
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't matter. That's just
yeah,
so cool, and it's so loud.
Yeah.
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 I send the copies to that for to Kelly and everything because I played that on I was on the EVP show. The
Yeah.
EVP show.
EVPI, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And I played it on there, and then Kelly heard it. He goes, "Send me a copy." So yeah, sure. Because I was in the midst of sending her a copy of anything anyway, because that's when we just went there at that time.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Now, do you have more to show, Anthony?
Yeah, I got one more.
Perfect.
I want you guys to
And then I
listen
have
to
one more
this.
question.
This is
Okay.
I hear a baby crying. I want people's opinions on this one. See if it really is a baby crying, or something else going on at the time. You're going to see the camera going up and down because I have the camera on the bed with me, so I'm breathing and the camera going up and down and everything else. So
Snoring.
and snoring, and there's no other bodily fluids, bodily things
Oh
coming out of me.
God.
There's no gas and nothing, so we were lucky on that part. So here we go.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, well, I got to explain these things to people.
No.
Okay, now listen to this and tell me what everybody hears in here.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you guys heard it.
Man,
I couldn't hear
yeah,
it.
I heard it. I could totally hear it a couple
You want to
times.
do it
I
again?
can't tell.
Again.
I wish it happened at the same time as you're snoring.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I mean?
don't know if my snoring's making it. To me, it sounds like a child
If it's
crying.
just your breath, sounds like a
And I mean, I was told it could be my
like a
snoring,
giggling.
but
It could
I
just
mean,
be you
I played that for
breathing.
my wife, and my
That
wife said that never I never heard you do that.
Right.
And my
That's-
wife knows me 30, 34, 33 years now, so I
Yeah.
think she would know.
That's a good thing to do.
Okay.
it's
At
Yeah,
the
it sounds
beginning,
like
as
a
you go,
good giggling.
yeah, at the beginning, kicking, and then and then continue. And what'd you say?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
it sounds like you're literally not breathing
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think it's that?
for air.
What
Yeah.
with the giggle and the baby crying?
Yeah, I don't hear a baby crying.
The
I
babe,
do. It sounds like you're not opening your mouth enough to actually get air in.
Hmm.
right.
Yeah, well, I got the
Yeah,
machine
but
now.
it
I
does
sleep
sound
with.
like giggling. Yeah, I mean, it does sound like giggling, but I agree with her. I wish that's why I said I wish it happened at the same time as hearing you breathe, because
Mhm.
then you would know that it
Yeah.
wasn't you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I
I'm
want to.
gonna have to go with it's you.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's why I want to know.
So-
Audience,
But good,
You-
but
CPAP
Yeah.
when you hotel.
yeah. Now I brought my CPAP the last time, but no, not the time before that because I stayed in Roosevelt room. But when I stay in Rosie's room, I don't bring it.
Oh, you
Because
bring-
this Rosie's room, there's nowhere to put it. There's more dolls in that room than it's.
we will fix that for you. You need to bring it.
Don't worry about it.
I agree.
I
Yeah,
know. I
no,
know.
it's not healthy.
She does. You work with that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was in GI for 15 years, but
Mhm.
part of what I did too was I covered for some of the pulmonology doctors as well.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So she knows what
So
she's
there you go.
talking about.
I'm quick to tell people to
Yeah.
get that, man.
Yeah, and I use it all
Yeah.
the time when I can, because when you're a paranormal investigator, you don't get much sleep.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I
But
used it last
still,
night
Anthony-
actually for 6 hours. I got it for a whole 6 hours. Hey. And the
gotta
other night when
breathe,
we went to, I
Anthony.
didn't even use it at my haunted manor. I didn't even use it there. So here, I'll play one more time.
We get to debunked.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
you breathing. At the end,
right
you can hear him
before
catch
you-
his breath.
exactly right whenever you finally get that snore in, you're like actually
Yeah.
taking that breath. So yeah.
Okay. All right. That's
But
why I
I can
want to
understand
opinion.
what you thought you heard at that one point. It really sounds almost like
Yeah.
a.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I understand why you questioned it.
I question it, but I put it out there and let people say.
Yeah.
You heard it. I love that. Yeah, you heard it here, folks. Anthony struggling to breathe and snoring.
Oh, like, no. Yeah, well, I
That's
use my VPAP
paranormal.
now, so.
But the fact that you are questioning it in the first place, you're not just be like, nope, it's a ghost, that shows like your
Oh, I
integrity.
agree.
It's wonderful.
I love that he puts stuff out there. I
Yeah.
love when he does that. He's like a couple times he's been like, "Hey, I'm just putting here's stuff I know is good evidence, and here's stuff I'm questioning. Can everybody help me?"
Mm-hmm. Well,
Definitely.
the wire cutters, I
So
wasn't
you
about to
tell
say
me,
that with.
Oh no, the
no,
wire.
because that was amazing.
That was
Oh,
so
yeah.
cool. I mean, that was. And when I got that, I was like, "Wow, this is so cool."
Oh, I
Yeah.
love. There's no better feeling. I mean, it's like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
Tell me about the ghost cat. I know you show it on your thing in the beginning.
Yeah, the cute little cat
You know,
butt.
your intro video.
Yeah. So, what I was told is it was Sal's cat. His name was Sweet Thing. And when I first started, Kelly, just would tell me bits and pieces. And so she just kind of let me figure things out for myself, which I love.
Oh, nice.
But one of the first investigations where I was, working, and she and I were taking the guests together because I was still learning the ropes, up to the third
Right.
floor. And I hear these little feet behind me, and I turn around and she goes, "What's the matter?" I was like, "I'm hearing feet coming up behind me." And she's like, "Child?" I said, "No, smaller." And she goes, "Oh, it's probably the ghost cat." I'm like, "We have a ghost cat?"
The ghost cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have video of it. It's not
Yeah.
like they're making it up or they
And
think
then,
about it. Like there's video that they show of the ghost cat, and
yeah.
it's a cat.
And Kelly likes to test my abilities sometimes. And she's sitting in the chair one day, and I'm sitting kind of across the room in a different chair. And I see the cat full-fledged run across the great room over towards me. And I was like, "Kelly, what color is that cat?" And she goes, "Well, what color do you think he was?" And I said, "White, cream." And she goes, "Yep." And I was like, I just
Wow.
So cool.
like right in front of me. Yeah. And I've had other
Yeah,
guests
that's
say the same thing. They've seen it. One
not
lady
common.
one lady said, "Oh, do you guys have a ghost cat?" And I said, "We do." And she goes, "What color is it?" And I said, "What color do you think it is?" And she goes, "White." And I said, "Yep." And she goes, "Well, he's on top of the
Wow.
fridge." And Kelly's standing right there, and she's like, "Get the hell off the fridge."
That's amazing. No,
But
that's
people
amazing because most people would say black or gray. Like white isn't a very common
Yeah,
color, you know?
exactly.
Like if
Yeah.
you were guessing, you'd be like, is it a black cat? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. People have heard
Wow.
the purring. They've heard, or they felt like the little feet on the bed sometimes, or the weight of a cat like get onto the bed as if it had just jumped
Yeah.
on. So they'll question, "Do you guys have a ghost cat?" Because
I
so
love it.
I guess one
We
night,
love our ghost animals on this show.
yes, I guess one night some guy was like, "Why don't you have a dog?" And when I heard that, I was like, I'm like, "Dude, what does he think? We go to the ghost pet store to pick one out?"
Yeah,
Like,
really. Like
A dog did
what
die
would
there
you
during
like?
the fire.
a dog did die.
Did
Yeah.
it?
See?
No.
Yeah.
I
I'm
want to
sorry.
show you one more thing. Last time I was there, I'm sitting in the chair. I look across, there's a woman sitting right in front of me. She just appeared and then disappeared. That's what I got. This, can you
It's
see it?
Yep.
put it in closer. There we
That's
go.
the woman.
That's the woman I saw.
She's got such a concerned expression
Yeah.
or like worried. She's like,
She just sat in front of me and she
Yeah.
had like a dress, like a brownish dress with flowers on it.
Do you think her hair was pulled in a bun?
Yeah, it was pulled back.
Okay, because it's either
Oh,
fine or the eyebrows look very similar to the shape of Beatrice Shanley and her sister.
Okay.
So
interesting.
I'd say it'd be one of those three ladies.
And it looks
Yeah,
like that age too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, pretty
that's the
cool,
last time I
Anthony.
was there. I seen that.
Yeah.
The detail of his drawings just blows me away every single
Yeah.
time.
When you come next, we're gonna have to compare some of those to the pictures
My
we have.
bell. Yeah, I mean, I'll bring that, and we'll just show the other pictures. I'll
Yeah.
bring my other stuff too.
Yeah.
I'm starting
Cool.
to do more with the spirit art. So I like to start promoting a little bit more of my spirit art.
Oh yeah.
You must do it because it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And more on that later, right, Anthony?
yeah.
More on that
Hopefully,
later.
well, doing some Paracons. Are you going to any of the Paracons this year, or like Gettysburg, or
I
anything?
am going to the Gettysburg Bash for my very first time
Woo!
with the
Awesome.
team, and I'm bringing my husband and my littlest one, so we're all gonna
How
go together.
cool.
Yeah,
So
I'm
How
really
cool. We will see you
That's
there.
that bar. I'll go have all my drawings out. And we'll
yeah,
maybe have a table for the show.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been, so
Yeah.
I'm excited. And my
Oh
husband's
my God, you're gonna love it.
my husband's a huge history buff, so he's really excited to get to see everything too. So
Yeah. You
I
get to
love
go.
it.
That's what. See, that's when we were in the table. We only get to see we were just there all the time, and so we didn't get to go to see the field and everything, which I miss so much. But
I did,
yeah,
but
you,
afterwards.
yeah,
Devil's
I mean,
Den. You got to get out in
after
that
it was
field.
over.
I know. I can't
Yeah.
wait. So excited. Like
Yeah,
a
Devil's
young
Den, and I mean, you stay out when you're coming overnight,
Yeah,
or
go
you just
in.
Yeah, we're actually gonna pop up. We're gonna be there Thursday night, and then we'll be there on Sunday.
where you staying?
There's 2 hotels, right?
Right.
Yeah, Eisenhower.
Eisenhower or
I think
Aspire.
we're in the Aspire.
Okay, that's so are we.
I'm the only one who asked
Well,
for
I
the
am.
Eisenhower.
She's not.
Okay.
I'll
There's
be
a
there
reason
tomorrow
for
morning,
that.
so.
Because
There's a reason.
the girls on the team booked the hotel before I got to it, and so I
No,
think
that's
Eisenhower.
no.
So
Yeah, no, they would what I can understand wanting to Aspire because it's nice, it's newer, it's nice, but my
It's
room
bigger
was so
rooms,
friggin'
too.
haunted. My room was so haunted, so I asked for it again.
yeah.
And we investigated it, and I'm hoping I got it again, and we can investigate it again. So we only have I think we only have a few, like maybe 10 minutes left, 8
Mhm.
minutes left. So we start to ask, yeah, everyone's asking about my haunted hotel room, right? Hopefully I
Already.
did request that. I don't even want to say what the number just in case, but I
Yeah, I know. Don't
requested
say the
that
number
room
no
again.
more because everybody's going
know.
to have it. There's going to be a big list.
I know everyone heard about my haunted room, and then I was like, oh shoot, I hope
It's going to
somebody
be a
else didn't
bidding
ask for
war.
it.
Yeah.
Who could pay the
Um,
most?
The minute the registration opened, I went on and I was like, please, can I have room? You know what?
Yeah.
So hopefully, and I understand that it's booked, so hopefully by me.
Yeah, I heard it's booked.
Anyway, hopefully by me. If not, maybe I can persuade the person to switch. I
Yeah.
doubt it. We'll be outside the door investigating.
Set up a rep
So
pod.
that's fun. So tell us about what else you have coming up. Say, I don't know, April 5th.
Oh God, jog my memory because I have such bad memory problems.
We're gonna be together on
Yes.
April 5th,
I just don't remember what we're doing.
right?
I know,
It's a really cool old, when I say old, I mean like late 1600s old, like early 1700s old
the
homestead.
Messier.
And it's in Wappingers Falls,
Yeah,
right?
the Messier house.
Messier Homestead.
Yeah. Oh,
And
That's
that's
with
full
my-
moon is hosting an investigation there, and a half
Yeah.
moon will be there
yes.
participating.
We are
And
so
I'll be
excited.
working with Nicole.
Yeah. Yeah. We are
We
so
did
excited
go
about
there before.
Uh-huh.
It was cool.
It is
We had a
very
pre-investigation.
fun fact. I love the little timeline wall that they have up, and everybody knows about the Boston
Yeah.
Tea Party, right? Well, Wappingers Falls had their
Yep.
own little tea party going on in the 1700s as well, because
Yep.
tea was so overpriced, and the history of the building is, and correct me if
They were
I'm wrong,
mad.
but yes, the shop owner of the tea place was charging, what people thought to be excessive prices, and what the spirits told me was that there's basically there were ruffians that came in and they tortured for a few days down in the basement and stuff. And they ended up killing him and such. But yeah, Wappingers had like their own
like a mob
rebellion. So
yeah.
Well, we got to get an
they were
egg
like
tea
too
party.
expensive.
Eggs are charged too much. We should take a bunch of eggs and throw them in the harbor.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, that'll be a public investigation that Full Moon is hosting.
Yeah.
And I have the privilege of working at with you.
Yeah.
So what else do you have coming up?
We have some other events that, it's all over Full Moon Paranormal page. We've got tons of events coming up at the Shanley as well. Dave Schrader coming, Cindy Causa is coming as well.
She's good. She's very good.
Yeah. So we have all kinds of stuff. There's always the afternoon tea party things that Tracy and Kelly do a wonderful job at.
Those are, I've been to one of those. Those are wild.
Yeah.
There's so much food there.
Beautiful job they do.
Yeah. Beautiful job. They look beautiful. Shameless plug. I also work at the Pine Bush UFO Museum, the UFO and Paranormal Museum.
Ooh.
So we have a few events that are coming.
Away.
We have the UFO fair that's coming up June 7th. And, so exciting things coming. So
Pine Bush.
So how will
you can look that up?
Shanley, if they want to check out the Shanley Hotel.
Yep.
What's do you know the how to contact the Shanley, emails or the numbers?
Yeah.
Who you're in contact with?
Yeah, it's bookings at thehauntedShanleyHotel.com. You go online and you book, you can book the tea parties. You can book a room. You can even book the entire hotel. We offer what's called a friends and family, and you get the entire hotel for up to 6 people, and you get it to yourselves. So that has been a really good success for the hotel.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then you get to pick people that you want to be there. So it's been really great,
We've done it.
That's an awesome event.
And that's
matter of fact, we are doing it in June.
That's the best.
We'll be back on June 21st. We'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there the last weekend of May. I'll be down there with Piedmont Paranormal from North Carolina. They're coming up, so I'll be with them that week. Yeah, well, we'll work on that.
Yeah.
But
and we've got events coming up with Scotty, the New Jersey medium. Everybody knows how wonderful he is. He's kind of our unofficial other employee as well. So yeah,
Scotty's good, and everything he says, he brings it back to you, because that's where he really had to start by with you guys.
Yeah,
he started pretty much in the Shanley Hotel, and I mean, that's where I met Scotty. Well, I met you there, of course.
Yeah,
but that's where I met Scotty back when
really?
it was a long time ago, and it was very good. Matter of fact, you know who I met there? Kim.
Who?
Kim Gaia.
No.
I met Kim there. Matter of fact, I pulled up footage the other day when I first met her there. I met her there with Richard.
Why didn't you say that first?
Huh.
I forgot.
Why wasn't that the first thing out of your mouth, that you met our co-host there?
Well,
that's a big deal.
I'll bring it up now. I met Kim there, and I got a video, but it was too long to cut it down. I didn't have time to trim it down to see it, because she's sitting on the floor in one of the rooms and stuff up there. But that's where I met Kim. The first time I ever met Kim was in the Shanley Hotel.
We meet the best people at the Shanley, honestly, and we become like an actual paranormal family.
For sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's what was good about the Shanley. Sure. It's like you go there and you become family right away.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean? And Kelly's
it's a great place.
She's very warm and welcoming.
Yes.
Very.
You got Kobe and matter of fact, I seen somebody thing about Kobe on there at the Shanley.
Cody and Satori.
Yeah, Cody and Satori.
They did.
And Scotty.
Yeah.
They did. They had a show tonight about. I saw that online.
Oh, really?
If you want to check that out. Yep.
At the same time that this one was starting. So, but that it'll be on their channel and stuff, so people can go back and watch it too. So phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, check it on Facebook. There's a link for sure.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, well, matter of fact, Ron and Lourdes, so they're there all the time. I think they got a couple of events coming up there also.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where we were just there for one of theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great place,
they're there all
people.
the
Don't
time.
miss it.
Yeah.
Don't miss
And
it.
for you guys going to events, I mean, the Shanley Hotel is one of the best places I've been. It's one of my favorites.
Yep.
You know, from when the minute I walked in there back in, you know, with Sal and then Kelly reviving it. Kelly really did. They did. You
She's
guys,
done an amazing
oh
job.
man, Kelly and her husband and King, he he did a lot of the work in the seance room and
Yes.
Oh yeah.
oh man, that seance room was just a back room where all the crap was thrown at one time, and
Yeah.
you
Right.
know, and we
Now
didn't
it's
even go
beautiful.
back there. I remember the reason I went back there is because she opened it up to us, and I'm like, and there was still stuff in there at that time, but
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was
you
no
know,
and we have
yeah,
now.
yeah, it was great. It was a area where they Sal stored stuff, you know. But you know, matter of fact, we didn't talk about the base where you have where they used to hide the liquor in the back. What was that? The Prohibition. They had a little hatch
Yeah.
door with
Yeah.
stairs going down
Yeah.
there with
Yeah.
liquor.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we
Well,
talked about the one over by the bar, not that one.
yeah, there's
Oh, that's
room.
right. There's
in the
two.
closet. It's in the closet right outside the sink.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
It's a hidden staircase that goes down.
yeah,
I
nobody can
confused that with Whitehill.
yeah,
I know what
it's
you're talking about.
safe to go down, so nobody goes down there. We've got it,
Mhm.
closed off and stuff. But yeah, that
Yeah.
was definitely
Yeah.
I have been down there years ago,
yeah.
and they closed it down, and I was down there in the dark.
Yeah.
And all I know is things are crawling on me. There's spiders all over the freaking place.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
I don't mind spiders, but when there's like 5 or 6 crawling up and down you and your hair and your face, I think it's time to get out of there because I don't care about them crawling on me. I'm just afraid they're gonna crawl on my
I used
ears,
to
my
care about the
nose.
ghosts. It's like
You
spiders.
know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm fine with ghosts grabbing me and scratching
Yeah,
me and
but
burning
yeah,
me
no, I'm
there.
with you.
But
Yeah, ghosts and other things, that's fine, but spiders, no.
especially in the
You don't
dark,
like
you don't
spiders.
see them.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
don't see these things,
even if
and they're
it's like
crawling on you.
I don't want spiders anywhere near me. Nope.
You know what I mean? When I
No,
first
she
went
doesn't like
there,
them. I remember that.
under the front porch, that you have the space where they used to keep the bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
Where I went in there and these
Right.
like little things, and they go, "Oh, they're orb spiders. What the hell's
They're-
an orb spider?"
Zombie spiders.
And they look like they're dead, and as soon as you touch them, they just jump at you.
No, those are
Oh
zombie
no, thanks.
spiders. They are dead. It's a fungus. You can Google it. It's a fungus that they get, and they grow this white fuzzy stuff on the outside, and it kind of kills them
Oh
slowly from
no.
the inside out. But they're just kind of stuck in
Mm.
suspension wherever they died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, the secret room.
that's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
that place is awesome, and I got to experience a lot of stuff through the years going there.
Yeah.
And I got to see how it went from you know, to what it is now. And when I walk
Right.
in now, it's like it's really nice, and
Yeah.
it has heat. Thank God. You know, it was great. You know,
Not like
sitting around a big propane burning
I've heard of that.
yeah, but no.
heater in the middle of
Yeah, no.
the kitchen area.
No.
Well, I'm saying kitchen area, but it's really where the main table is. We're all
Yeah.
sitting around that, and not only you're trying to warm up with
No.
that, the smell of the propane is burning, and you're getting dizzy from that. And you
Yeah.
know, but it didn't stop us from going back. Of course, we were going to go back more and more.
Yeah. Yeah,
because we
things-
No, of
enjoyed
course
it so
not.
much.
Things have been changed and it's up to code and things like that. So
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
In this area,
So everybody, the Shanley Hotel. People always ask us, if I come to the tri-state area, where should we go? And we
Oh, yeah.
say the Shanley, number
Yes.
one. We say the Shanley. We say Whitehall Mansion.
yeah.
Mhm.
The
And
place.
you know, like we try to give them some really good ones, and those are like the top 2 that we say.
Yeah.
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 The Shanleys, like that's where Piedmont, they called me. They got in contact because I always tell them, you're coming to New York, I will get you into the Shanley. And they
Exactly.
got some dates. And
Yeah, he
anybody
thinks he's got
comes
like a
up this way,
connection.
they ask me. I always try to get them into you guys
Yeah.
because that's the best place.
Yeah.
You know,
He's like,
It's a wonderful
come to the
place.
Shanley.
Yeah, no, it's a very special, wonderful place. You know, the spirits are hospitable. They want to talk. They want to communicate. They want to hear from people.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty cool.
you know, our job is not to scare people. We don't fake anything. So if you get nothing that night, you know, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Which we love.
We force
Yeah.
the spirit
Which
to talk. We always just hope, you know, that they'll come out.
But you're
and
not going to get nothing. Trust me.
No.
Not at that place.
a little something. So yeah.
It's after 10.
I know. Yeah, we're over.
We're over.
And we do have a time limit, so unfortunately we have to end.
Yeah,
But we know where to find you. Full Moon Paranormal, correct? Is that
Yep.
is that the
Paranormal.
website? Okay.
Yeah.
And Shanley, we got
Bookings
we're on for
at
the
the
Shanley.
Haunted Shanley
The
Hotel.
Shanley, yes, bookings.
Yeah.
We gotta
Go
get
right
people
on.
there.
Website. You can book the room. You can book a friends and family. You can see the events that are listed there as well. So yep.
Okay.
So,
I mean, Stephanie, we cannot thank you enough. We cannot
thank
thank you
you.
enough for coming on the
yeah,
show.
and,
I mean,
and
I'm
Tracy, I'm
thrilled that you have
sorry
you
that
here.
she had to leave. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Me too.
and I'm sorry for saying your name wrong, Tracy.
Tracy, thank you for coming on as well.
Yes,
You're
thank
amazing.
you, Tracy. for
I
being-
love visiting with Tracy every time. One of the reasons I love going is to be with you guys and be with Tracy. But Stephanie is my friend, so
You. I love you.
it was
You-
really special. It was special to have you on the show.
Thank
Your
on the show.
besties. Oh, the
Finally,
bestie group.
we're like that.
The
Yeah.
besties. Everybody's out there's a bestie now. Bestie.
No, stop. She really is my friend.
You're
I
all
know.
besties.
So thank you. It's pretty cool to have my friend on the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
And
So
come again, please. Come again. You both of you, all of you. And
Oh, yeah.
we'll see you. I'll see you on April 5th.
All right. See you then. Have a good night.
okay, don't go nowhere.
Oh, don't go nowhere.
Don't go
okay.
nowhere.
Don't go nowhere. We're gonna
Don't
say
go
goodnight and
nowhere.
everything. Don't go nowhere. Where you
He's
going?
got to say goodnight.
Okay.
He's got to do a proper goodnight.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for joining us in the audience. We had a great time
Thank
here
you.
tonight.
Thank you, everyone.
I got to, I guess, talk a little too much because I showed a lot of the. I was excited to have them on tonight because it's one of my favorite places, and I had so much evidence
That's
from
good.
that place from
Yeah.
eons ago. So from
That's
decades.
a good thing,
ago.
Anthony.
Yes.
So
No,
I
that's a good
really
thing.
had a good time. I'm glad that everybody. I'm glad that have you, Stephanie, and I'm glad to have Tracy. I wish she was back. I'm not saying your last name. I'm sorry, Tracy. I just want because I just embarrassed myself and I get you.
Vespucci.
Was it
Vespucci.
Vespucci?
It's
I say
Italian.
right?
You could work on it. Yes.
Vespucci. Okay, but yeah, I'm just it is
God.
what it is. So I want to say
Never mind.
thank you for everybody to be on the show. I mean, I enjoyed it. I hope everybody in the audience enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hope
And
you had fun.
Jenny,
Yes.
yeah, she's always having a good time. It doesn't. You can have everything, and Jenny's always smiling about it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I want to say thank you for everybody being here again. That's like the fourth. It's like Italian place. We say goodbye like 20 times. before
It's
you
an
leave.
Italian goodbye, everybody.
Saying goodbye. Hey, what do you do? You're dealing with a guinea here. So I just want to say you guys got to when you guys go out there on investigations, any location you go to, remember you got to be safe because you want to look for ghosts, not be a ghost. Yacovetti, see, I said it right. I want to say good night, ciao familia, and forget about it. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my God.